can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place, looking for others to dispatch. He's out there, watching you from the shadows, creeping ever closer. Come here. You can hide with me. I'll keep you safe and sound.
Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This is Ethauntia Superstitions episode 7. Ghoul Wars, question mark? We'll see what happens. For those who don't know, the Ghoul Wars are a huge part of Ethauntia. I remember back many years ago talking to Todd about doing the Ghoul Wars, and one of his first characters I remember in Ethauntia was Grail, who fought during the Ghoul Wars. I don't know if Grail's alive anymore. That's probably a question for him. But with that said, there's a chance we're getting Ghoul Wars 2. It's like Guild Wars 2 or World War 2, you know, but ghouls. So worse. So way worse than either one of those things could possibly be in a fantasy campaign setting, because they turn other people into them. It's horrible. It's propaganda bites. We'll see how this goes tonight, as the group does their best to stop this from happening. Streamloot cards are up. If you are a subscriber, don't forget you get 2 packs every month for being a subscriber. Thank you to all the amazing people who have subscribed to the channel. We're trying to hit 500, of course, but most importantly, audience, I need you to test the D20s for me, because you're going to be rolling for all of the people protecting the outpost tonight. At the beginning of every round, I'm going to have the group roll, the audience roll D20s in damage to see how things go, and I will be rolling my lovely ether ghouls to see how they do against you. You will roll at the beginning of a round, and we will wrap it at the end of every round that is needed. There's a chance you can fend the place off and the outpost survives. Maybe. We'll get into that as we go. Enjoy this little commercial here, and we will be live with you in about 8 minutes.
Why are you standing there in plain sight? You need to hide. This place is not safe for the likes of you, especially after dark. Ah, I can see by your confused expression that you do not fully comprehend the danger you are in. Perhaps you thought to enter here and find some amusement. But you picked a poor night to come visiting, my friends. It was a night just like this that it happened. The man who lived here went stark raving mad. They say he dispatched his entire family. Sometimes you can still hear the faint echo of their screams in the dark. His spirit now haunts this place.
You know, sometimes things go great. Sometimes. Other times, things go horribly wrong on this show. Tonight, I have a lot of spinning plates to run today. I have the possible return of the Ashen Lord, the puffy, fluffy moth that Allie oh so loves. We have the arrival of the Tides, which are currently here but can get much worse. That one has nothing filled in it. We still have the courtly visit from somewhere in the Never Never. That's about a quarter of the way through. But tonight, the most important one has to be the closing of the veil. If they don't get this veil closed by the end, Ghoul Wars start all over again in Moldavia. And I can't be more excited because ghouls are fun. Well, you know, I'm excited for this. The party is probably not as excited as I am. Maybe Todd is. I think secretly Todd loves the Ghoul Wars. That's my guess. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's my secret guess. Welcome, everybody. Let's get this show on the road. Let's talk to the cast and see how they want to kick this off and handle what's going on. Drew, are you sleeping through the Ghoul Wars? Is that what's going on here, buddy? Is that how if you can't see it, it's a dream? Is that how your life works, man?
This is
That's
my
how Arcane works.
Kermit.
It's how Arcane works. Huh?
You play peekaboo, and when he covers your eyes,
It's over. It's over.
Yeah, when he covers your eyes,
Nothing's
they get
real.
gouged out. That's how that works.
Oh my god. Well, everybody, you all came out of the forest, out of the grove, to a firing squad, kind of lined up within the outposts and the windows on the roof through the barricades they built out front. You have a carpenter, which is amazing. That means that you actually have pretty good barricades. They're more durable than normal. And then with all of that said, the Moth Speaker has set up moth lanterns around outside, keeping the tides from creeping into the outpost. So right now, the outpost is safe. I know how many units we have. We currently have 2 sets of 14 people that act as the firing squad. The audience will be rolling for them tonight. They roll with a D20 and a boon on top of that, as long as they are not currently being attacked, because they're aiming and they're ready. So the audience will be rolling 2d20 for those until I say otherwise. They do 3d6 damage with their guns. I take that back. They do 4d6 damage with their guns to start. Every time 5 people are dropped, you lose a die down to the 2d6. I think that's all we need to talk about for them, besides the fact that the audience can burn cards just like the cast to do extra damage. Commons a d4, rares a d6, epics are a d8, and if you want to burn a legendary,
You don't.
you want to burn a legendary, it's a d10, and I'm fine with it, because you all pick them up so you can spend them however you want. With that said, audience, if you have patches, you can also use the patches on your NPCs instead of giving them to the cast. I'm saying that for all the patch wielders that are out there, because I know my cast has their own patches. Some of them cheated and bought 2.
Your fault.
Stardew says, keep the cards for the crew. Look, I can't promise that that's going to happen.
Especially with serving hands.
Right. When the group shows up, our hunters show up outside. Your Morung that's there, Prak, he starts waving you guys into the front door, and he kind of helps you all over the barricade. The barricades are wood, and they have taken like extra swords and daggers and implements that have been brought back, and they've covered the front of them so they're hard to climb. All of the windows have razor blades and sharp blades across the windowsill, so when someone grabs them, they're grabbing onto like a super sharpened sword, so they can't just climb in the windows easy. They framed all the windows to the outpost. They just lose their fingers and fall, yeah. So they defended this place really, really well, which means that the group needs to kind of decide how they want to handle this. I'm going to move us inside the outpost here. I'm going to make this the daytime one just so it's a little easier to see.
He's a hero, don't you know?
Yeah. So I'm going to mark the areas. Anything that's a window has razor blades or sharpened swords, like they've broken long swords or sharpened metal and put them on there. The porch is barricaded in. It's no longer open. Instead, it's got murder holes through it to fire out and just the main entrance in. And that has a huge piece of door that they've put there that is nailed in place. So like once we're in, we're in. You got to exit out a window or out of the roof. The second floor, same thing. They've started cleaning up the second floor where the burns all happened from the Fawn Prince. But the place is fortified. I'm assuming the group is going to meet down in the map room, like the parlor area. So I'm going to kind of move everyone down here and grab everybody's characters. And I'll move you down into the parlor room. And I'll also bring Will Cuff in here as well. Will Cuff is sitting in the corner, like leaning against the table in the northeast corner. And then your big Morung carpenter sets down what the scouts have brought back. With that said, we're going to have our first D20 roll from the audience for scouting. I would ask the group, would you like to use a survival card so you can get a bonus to your roll?
Yes.
While the audience is rolling that and deciding between each other if they want to use that card, what would our hunters like to do with the situation at hand? I will answer any questions with NPCs. The only NPCs that aren't here, out of the people you know.
Nice work, Katie.
God damn. Was
Dragon,
that
let's
a
fucking
crit?
go. Yeah, it was.
Girl, why? We will take that. We will take that natural 1 in Dragonbane because it's a crit. I will give extra information. You got the best of scouts. That married couple are the best of scouts that hunt birds. They came back with the best information possible. So the only people who are missing are Johan. He's not here. And obviously the mayor is not here because she has went home now. Any other NPC we have is on site that is friendly, including the head carpenter from the mill. The foreman.
The dwarf?
And he is with Wilcuff, standing in the corner of the room.
Okay.
Wilcuff and him are talking in Dwarven, so you two can understand them. They're just passing notes back and forth about what's been seen, just going over stuff. Nothing pertinent. If they say anything secretive, I will let the dwarves know.
Thoroughly corrupting one another.
Thoroughly making sure corruption is real, because you got to have good corruption. So, party, how do we want to go about what's going on? Feel free to ask any questions in character. I'll answer with somebody who's here. If we need any rolls for stuff, we can handle that before we dig into the insanity.
Looks like we've got defenses well underway.
Fair, yep. I would say that's fair.
What about offense?
So Wilcuff would look up and your carpenter goes, well, the couple, they scouted and came back. They've split up to handle each of the 2 groups we have. We have one group on the 2nd floor, one group on the 1st floor, firing frontwards out of the building. And then we have apparently Wilcuff and this gentleman, I have no idea who the fuck he is, are going to take the roof to cover the back in case anything happens. I know he's the foreman, but last I heard, we shouldn't be dealing with this guy. Wilcuff insists that he's okay. We're kind of under a shitty timeline right now, so I didn't want to tell the guy to get out and die, but we've kind of put him in this room or the roof only for now until you all came back.
How do you pronounce his name? Is it Rodham? Rodham?
For the
dwarf,
the dwarven carpenter, it is
Rodham Hendalis.
Rodham.
Okay,
I think so. Rodham.
No, Rodham he's all right. We had words with him. He protected us when we went looking for him. He's okay.
So we don't have to worry about him doing any of the things that was partially mentioned here.
That I don't know, but from what I saw outside, it might not be a bad thing. Also, talking about what we saw outside, Clable, the fuck did you take out of that portal?
What portal? Oh, you mean out of the grove? Listen.
Yeah.
Look, my job is to get rid of the dead, right?
Right.
Some dead
place is a
don't.
prison, apparently.
Yeah, prison for certain things, but not for this. This is actually a spirit of a cryptid, of a treant, like a full-on, real, God for real, keepers be blessed, treant.
Really?
No one's seen a treant in Moldavia or in Cadra in, I don't know, 200 years.
Right. Well, apparently we still haven't because that one's dead.
Right. But I talked to it, well, as best I can. My understanding is it can embody a tree, like bring it back to life, like be a tree.
All right.
I'm sorry. When exactly did you have time to chat with this tree?
When we were chatting with the other guy, I went over and checked on it.
I've been talking to it the whole time we were walking out. I'm holding it in me right now.
Is that why all those spiders are after us?
Look, I didn't get a memo on that one. When we were leaving, I thought there was regular, large, I shouldn't even say regular, just large fucking spiders. So I wasn't expecting when we left, these things were going to creepy crawl the fuck out of the grove after us, all right? I was not. That's on me. Just like my horrible marriage is on her.
Okay, fair, touche.
Mistakes happen. Some are larger. Yours.
You know, there is an end to that credit that you can use on that. I'm just saying.
When she does something good for me, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, so
dwarves hold grudges. Common concept.
Yeah, they do.
Still love my sister, but and Prack immediately goes, side question while we're talking about dead and horrible things, and he just goes like this to your sister. What
the fuck
is going on?
Right, yeah. I'll let you take this one.
Oh,
yes, you, Georgia, the deadhead. Yeah,
okay.
You.
And the blue.
It's fine.
Glow.
I'm sure it's going to be just fine. I made a deal to be able to speak on behalf of the Circle of Pines and maybe miscalculated how it would go down. I think it's temporary. We're gonna find out. I don't know.
You need to watch how many deals you make, because in the short time we've known each other, relatively speaking, you've been making a lot of bad deals, and I've been hearing about a lot of bad deals.
Can I Prack raises his hand again. He's like, I just want to make sure that I'm understanding this.
Wait, who is this?
The Prack, oh, not Prack. Yeah, the Morung. Your carpenter.
Drowsla.
He goes, you're alive, but have a skull for a head. My gathering.
Technically, we all have skulls for heads. It's
Shut the fuck up. You know what I mean, man.
Exposed. And he starts laughing a little bit, trying to add some fucking levity to the situation.
Why are you with us?
Live?
Like,
With
not
you,
a problem?
Yes, I'm
undead in this
right
world.
here.
Doesn't always go the way that people want. Ghosts are good one minute,
that's
bad the
fair.
next. Walking skeletal people, to be honest, I don't have a lot of experience with Sarians.
Look, I'm not full skeleton
It's like part of her skin just flakes off.
yet.
Come, my leprous friend, let us take our offerings and depart. Is this your finger?
All right. As long as you say she's okay, I guess we're good with that. Somehow.
I think these are problems that we need to deal with after the situation outside.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I would tend to agree with that until gathering the information so I can tell the other hunters here not to shoot her.
Right.
Oh, right, yeah. The skull with the blue flame that looks like my sister. Yeah.
It doesn't look like your sister, though.
I mean,
she has roots for hair and bark.
Right. How's that not on fire, by the way?
It's because it's only inside her
I'm not
skull.
going to ask questions.
All right.
Wilcup goes, as the siblings and family members are done, I do got some information to share from our scouts. Sorry for my time gone. I went to go get him when I saw the Grove show up.
No, it's
It was a
good.
good call.
I'm glad you're all right. We didn't know where you were.
I'm fine. We got some problems. The scouts came back with a lot of information. A lot of, I believe, pretty good information. So for the party, I will tell you that if they would have failed this would have went ass up. Like, you guys would have had a lot of work to do. But they can at least give you direction now. Wolfcuff goes, the married couple, they believe they know where the veil's being torn open.
All right. Yeah.
So, west of us, heading out and back down the plateau, there's a small shelf. That one is used traditionally for our old the Federer that lived here used it as a workshop away from the outpost. It's not far from here.
Did we know about this?
You know it exists. It's a small workshop. It's about half mile from here. It's away from this site just in case anything were to go wrong. It wouldn't affect the outpost if people are staying here. He says, but look, it's been boarded up. It hasn't been functioning. He stopped using it about 15 years ago. It's deemed unsafe. The plateau it's on needs to be reinforced. The Three Sisters haven't sent anyone to repair it to stop it from collapsing.
They're talking about the actual plateau. No,
it's more like a bluff off of the plateau. It's,
good. Great. Yeah.
But if it falls, I mean, look, it falls into a forest near the river. Like, it's not going to kill anyone, as a heads up. But they say ghouls have been climbing along the cliff edge there around this small like forge. This place that he uses, or used to use. That's the first one. The second veil is at the base of our plateau between here and the mill. They said it is...
There's two.
Yeah. I don't know if they're related or what's going on, but that's just... We sent them out in two directions. That's the information they brought back. The one there, they said, is currently surrounded by animals. Wolves.
What kind of?
Wolves.
Okay.
There's a bear there and a couple other things. They didn't get close. They looked down from one of the rises down into where it is, and they said that there's a bunch gathered around a small tear. You can see tides wisping out, but not filling that area.
Gathered around like they're guarding it?
I don't know. They didn't get close enough to see that. I told them whatever you see, do not get close enough to get in contact or be seen. The goal was to bring the information back. Right. It's down the lift and maybe quarter mile from it. Those are the two they found. Now with the critical, I will have the other woman come in the room. That's the scout from the two family members. Did we ever get these family members' name? I feel like these two have earned a name by now. I feel like they've been around enough to earn a name. I don't know if we ever named them.
I don't know that we did.
I mean,
I keep imagining the couple from the last Cabinet of Curiosities from the Murmuring.
Oh my God!
They're reconciled, and now they're back
I
together
forgot about them. Yeah. No, I don't think we ever gave these hunters a name. They were just the married couple. From everything that I'm seeing here,
Yeah, they didn't have a name.
they don't have names.
I thought one of them almost got their head blown off by Drew.
Almost. They're still around though. Hunting at look.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes accidents happen. I'm looking through all the way back to the beginning. It doesn't look like we got a name. So everybody, we get to name these. Audience, you got any good names for an older married couple that are bird watchers and pheasant hunters? Need something kind of Victorian or Transylvanian sounding? People want to start putting names in chat. These are your two leaders for your units. So I'll pick my favorite names out of all of them. B dice does not count before that's put in there because I already know what's going to happen.
This is where Amir shows up.
And Amir shows up and just names it something horrible. But yeah, no, we have no names for him. I just looked through everything we got here. Nothing here. So once we get their names, I will put them into our canon for named characters. Gene and Gene, we're not doing that.
Hang on, I want to see what the names were for that episode. Maybe they were.
They're not on there. I just looked.
Yeah, they are. Edgar Bradley.
Oh, Oh, you mean from the move or from the series? I'm sorry, I thought
Yeah.
you meant for our episode. So Edgar Bradley, that's a possibility.
What's their name?
What is that? Griselda
Edgar
and
Edgar and Nancy
Frankfurt.
Bradley.
I don't like Frankfurt. I do like Griselda though. Frankfurt could be their last name. Griselda, I like that. We need a male name now, and I Frankfurt's a good last name. I think that might be it. So while they're sharing this information with everybody, she would come in. She's got some bandages on her. Her arms are wrapped. She's obviously been out in the wilderness. She's got cuts from going through the forest and whatnot. She comes in and she sets down a rabbit skull in the middle of the table. She goes, since we don't have anyone here that can be mad about my skills, I do know a little bit of fettering. I'm not great at it. I just trained a little bit with the gentleman who used to run this place. But I can fetter animal spirits fairly well to make trinkets. But this one is a little different. It seems to speak. And I've never met an animal that talks that's not some weird cryptid that turns into a monster and tries to bite your face off. I can't, it's not the day that we can speak with fettered objects, but I thought maybe one of you could speak to it.
I mean, I speak Hollow, but it's usually only on Remembrance.
Yeah, it ain't Remembrance. This is like, this would be like Friday, I would say. Not Remembrance. She goes, well, I know it speaks. I heard it talk to me when I fettered it. It wasn't strong. It did have, like it was trying to not just speak to me, to someone else as well.
Were you able to figure out the language?
Honestly, it's sounded like Moldavian to me, but when you're fettering, I don't know. I've never had an animal talk to me when I fetter it.
Is this possibly someone's familiar that you locked in a skull?
I don't know, but I found it near the Vale Terre with the animals around it. I needed food. I was trapping. I trapped this one. I walked over, and usually when I skin for food, I will fetter the soul so that it can be, useful later on. You got to use the whole piece, and when I did, it started speaking, and I was like, this is abnormal. I just got the fettering salted and quenched. It should be locked in its own skull. It works well enough for most animals. But I'd like to leave it here for y'all. I don't feel right holding on to this thing.
Right.
Georgia. Oh, sorry.
Well, that's it.
I was gonna say you might be able to talk to it, Georgia, with your current situation here.
Well, if you can't fucking do it, sister, I can. Claybell says.
Or Claybell.
But my way of speaking to spirits is a little more fucking harmful.
Let's go ahead and don't try. And I'm gonna bend down and get at the same eye level as the skull.
It just looks like a skull. It's got a couple runes painted on it, and you can see that Griselda went back and etched them.
Okay.
Rabbit of inlay.
So it looks like that was part of her fettering process.
Yeah, fettering process. It's salted. It's still it's still like has salt crystals on it even. Mm-hmm. How do you want to try to talk to this is the question.
I think I would like to use beast lore to see if I know anything about animals that talk in general, like what that might...
No rolls required for
Just
that,
so
because you're pretty well trained in beast lore. Yes, there are animals that talk. They're very rare. They're usually awakened creatures, or, and the occult side of it, or occult, the proper way to say it, it is cryptids usually, or spirits that have possessed animals, or demons that have possessed animals. A very common trait.
Okay. Are there any myths or legends that happen to talk about like a rabbit cryptid?
Nothing you would know of without a roll. If you would like to
I will roll.
Sure.
Let's go. Never mind, that's a dragon. Okay, I'm done.
Oh no!
Or sorry,
no,
a demon.
no.
Demon.
Okay.
Yep. That's a nat
You
20.
have not heard of any hares or rabbit-like creatures that are cryptids. That doesn't mean there isn't one. There just may not have been one in this area or in your training. Don't forget, we do have libraries. If you want to go spend an hour, which is dangerous right now, it is feasible to do.
Yeah.
The ghouls have not moved in, so if you want to study that later, you can.
So I think that instead of spending an hour, I'd actually like to spend 15 minutes because I have the tome.
Fuck. What does it look like when you use the tome's ability? Actually, do you pull the tome out in front of everybody?
Yeah.
Do you
I think
remember
most of them
what
were
it
there.
looks like? Oh yeah, but Crack wasn't there. Will Cuff wasn't there. The foreman
fair.
wasn't there. Griselda wasn't there. So yeah, there's some people who were not there.
And due to the fettering, I probably wouldn't actually pull it out in front of everybody. I'd wait until I got to the library.
I mean, do you want... Oops, wrong person. Do you want to do that? Or do you want to walk away? Or do you want to ask other people to leave the room? I mean, it's up to you if you care.
I would wait until I got to the library. I think it just makes sense. Keep the books with the books.
So do it later. All right. So do you want to do anything with the spirit and skull?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to try to talk to him.
So what are you going to use now?
Languages?
Well, you want to speak? You go through all your languages? No answer.
Okay.
Because normally fettered
occult?
objects, you have to have the equivalent to, like, to speak with dead, or it has to be on the Day of Remembrance. I can't remember what it's called in Dragonbane. It's not called Speak with Dead. It's called something else. Question the Dead or something like that. But there is a spell for it. I don't think you have it.
I mean, I guess I could try to tap into the magical stuff with either animism or occultism. I would think animism would probably make more sense because that's like my spell casting.
Or you could try to use animism and like force willpower into it to activate it.
Okay.
If you're, I mean, you can always raw do it. It is with a bane because I'm assuming you don't have fettering.
Yeah. I do have fettering.
You could use fettering
because I watched my sister.
You can use fettering to do
I
it.
have
but
a
there's
2
no
for fettering.
Bane. Well, there's no bane, so your choice on that one.
I will take animism with the bane.
Okay, animism of the bane.
That is a 6 or a 9. It doesn't matter, and a 14. So I meet my animism.
The entire room at first sees the skull shake unnaturally, almost like it's shifting. And then it stops, it floats up, almost like it's on the head of the rabbit's body again, with no body there. And it kind of moves similar. And it does whisper in a really rich Moldavian accent. You realize that you've captured a creature of immense power.
Would that be you?
Oh, no. The creature is my companion.
I see. And who exactly are you that I'm speaking with?
Oh, that is not how this is played. I'm not giving you who I am.
Okie doke.
You killed my companion, and because you've killed my companion, when I get there, we'll make sure every one of you suffer like he did.
I'm very sorry. Who exactly is your companion?
The rabbit that you're holding in front of you.
I see. We did not kill him, I'm afraid.
Oh, you did not? Well, the conversation
No.
I just heard, it was trapped, killed, and eaten.
But that's not my way of doing things.
It shakes a little bit and the head kind of vibrates again, awkwardly. The room can see this. So I will take us back to the room as well. The room can see this as it's shaking. She's speaking. You can hear her conversation. Both tones are whispered. It is in Moldavian. Your sister would lean over to Regdur and go, be honest with you, that is not a spirit speaking right now.
Really?
No. If she were to activate that fettered object through whatever primal magic she's using, one, she would have tapped her son. Two, it wouldn't have floated up and formed. It would have just been a voice. Sometimes the jaw moves for powerful ones. That is someone speaking through it.
Oh, right, yeah. I'm guessing they killed some magus familiar or something, and that's what this is happening, because I'm pretty sure they can talk to each other.
I'll be honest with you, we need to move that thing out of the room. If it can see the conversation and hear the conversation, it just heard a whole bunch of what the fuck we're doing. Right. Sis, stop touching the goddamn skull.
Yes. Oh. Mm-hmm.
Are you
And
gonna try to
I'll
detach?
turn back to the skull. Before I detach, I'm going to say I'm genuinely sorry. I personally do not eat rabbit, and I do not care much for trapping.
Well, right now,
My condolences.
you feel remorse, but you will be sorry. Can I get a will roll from you, please, as I cast my spell through the skull?
Absolutely. Yeah. George is dying. That's another demon.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, sweet child. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
All
and
right.
I don't think I can patch a demon. Can
No,
we? Did
you
we
cannot
decide?
patch demons, correct.
No, that was the
Okay.
only thing that could change demons.
No, you keep wanting it. I keep saying no. You can't patch a demon. Nothing affects a demon. You can't reroll a demon. That would destroy a thing that happens once in a great while. Because then you could like get rid of mishaps and shit. Don't worry, it could be
Or
worse.
twice in 15 minutes for Allie.
Yeah, right. Or twice 15 minutes rally. With that, from the skull, there is a thunderbolt that explodes from the head of this thing. It hits you for 16 points of damage. And then it
George is
arcs from her to hit up to 2 more targets. I think your sister was standing within 2 meters because she told you to stop. That one takes 2d8. 5. Oh. 12 points to your sis. And then arcs 1 more. Your sister was talking to you, Regder. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Why not hit the whole family?
We don't get a save?
No, it just arcs. You just take it.
Great.
3. If it hits the first target, 3. 5 points of damage to you. As it tapers out and hits you.
Georgia?
Ooh. I lied. Georgia can't do anything. You can parry or dodge it at a Bane. I apologize. That is not many spells have that ability. Parrying a spell? Your your other sister takes the damage though.
Parrying and dodging are...
Evade is your
is
dodge.
just evade.
Evade. Parrying is using your weapon, if I remember correctly. But I don't think you have a weapon out while you're all fucking sitting around talking, planning. You're not twirling a weapon. It has to be out and ready. So evade is probably your best bet.
It's true. I could say I was leaning on my rifle, but...
Do you want me to damage your rifle?
No.
And just give me your evade roll.
Looking for it. Here we go.
The fact that you can fucking evade a spell is new to me. Learn something new every day.
Ah, god damn it. Ethauntia dice, do better. No, I don't evade.
It's doing exactly what I had them made to do. Except for
Roll
audience
high.
that
Yeah.
has them. They're made to be wonderful no matter how you use them.
Is anybody else getting crackling when Eric's talking? Or is it just me?
Oh, I don't. No crackling. Probably your new headphones. If you're using monitors plugged into the back of the Wave, unplug it and shove it in all the way, and then turn down your volume for like hearing.
Yeah, I already did all that.
I had the same problem because sometimes they don't set all the way in.
Okay, so 5 points.
5 points to you. As that happens, the skull drops and hits. It does not break. It is still there. There's a scorch mark out of it. You see Georgia holding on to it, get fucking zapped, and falls over.
Oh.
Clable.
Fuck! And she's like like kind of trying to not die herself here. Caesar's sister, I will dive over. She says, I need someone's vitality to heal her. Prak steps up.
Who's
That's the first name. Prak is the first name of the carpenter.
I thought it was Drowsla.
Drowsla is his last name. Prak Drowsla. That's what I have written here.
I have Drowsla Pruna.
Oh, Pruna. I'm a dumbass. It is Pruna. I apologize.
Oh, so Pruna is his first name.
Yeah, Pruna is his first name, yeah.
Oh,
I keep saying Prak because it's one of the main names. Pruna. Pruno's like, I'll be fine. Go ahead. So I'm gonna tap him. Audience, can you give me a D20 roll for her spiritualism casting? We have a 14 in this skill. 14 or lower. I'm gonna roll my healing.
be right back.
If this is successful, I will heal her for 9 points. No. She touches him and starts drawing the essence out and goes to heal her, and it doesn't work. So that's 1 round of no healing. That means we go into.
Am I going to?
We're going.
Am I going to die before we enter combat?
We're going into the dying rules right now.
Oh my god!
Oh, remind me at the end. I have 3
Okay.
rolls for you, Allie, that you have to do for Monday's show.
Oh yes, okay.
Yeah.
Kelly, what was that?
I'm looking up death. I wasn't expecting death to roll. Death's on page 50 for those who are following along. When you reach 0, you drop to the ground, risk dying. Death roll on your turn. In each subsequent round, you must make a death roll. You roll against your con. Don't tell me what you get. The death roll cannot be pushed. Record the result of your death rolls on your character sheet. After 3 successful death rolls, you recover a d6 hit points and stop making death rolls. After 3 failed death rolls, the player character dies. Rolling a dragon counts as 2. Very similar to 5e rules, though. So make your first con roll. Fuck.
Well, I was going to say, since we've had some downtime, I would have probably crafted some illegal healing potions. Because I have the formula for treat wounds.
Yeah, if you'd like to make a healing potion, have one, I'm 100% fine with that. If you like that more than one, I think we have flashback cards.
We have.
Oh, you did it
made
during your
3
downtime.
going into the grove.
Yes, you did.
So
You
like, we can
purchased.
burn
You
one of those.
purchased 3.
Yeah, but I can also make them illegally, Drew.
Yeah. She can make it.
Righteous about
Uh-huh.
okay.
It's up to you. You can use one that she's made, or you can use one of the ones you purchased. I'm fine with either one.
No, Kel, if you wanna go for it, go for it.
Do it up.
Yeah, 'cause
All right.
There we go. So Claybell tries to do the healing. I'm like, this is a cleric. Obviously, she knows what she's doing.
Mhm.
That turns out poorly, and I think I said like Maria has like a bandolier.
Castlevania.
Castlevania style, yeah. And we still need to come up with the crazy Castlevania base magic item
I know.
from a couple sessions ago.
We do need to
And,
do that, yeah.
I pull out one of them. It's only got like 2 right now. I pull out one of them. It's tinted red, almost like a blood red, with little like flecks of like green like, herbs or something in it. And I try and figure out exactly where to put it because Georgia has a skull for her face.
I mean, I think you just pour it on the flickering
Yeah.
candlelight, right?
Yeah.
Like, that'd be the
Yeah.
best thing to do. What's the healing for?
It is 2d6. So
2d6,
it's
okay.
not
That's not bad.
it's not bad.
As you're
So,
doing
Allie,
that,
Do you want to roll 'em,
Bruna
or
kind of holds her head up and like opens her mouth for you to make it easier.
do you want me
It's
to
like
roll,
Andre
Allie?
the Giant holding.
Yeah,
Wesker.
you're rolling it. Yeah, you're
Yeah, okay,
rolling
okay.
for her. Yeah. I'll make
Well,
the
I mean, that's
audience do it.
7.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
All right.
So everyone is by her right now as this is all going to shit. With her down and that going on, immediately while you're doing that, Claybell will grab the skull and she holds onto it and she starts chanting.
Okay.
While she's chanting, you see the runes start to burn off the skull. And she pulls the spirit out of it and puts it into her skeletal hand. I successfully made the first one. Saves were failed. She fetters the creature to herself. She goes, all right,
Okay.
try talking now. And she throws the skull into like the fireplace in the room. Look, if we need it, we have it. But I would rather have control of it than some random person or the ability for it to see. I at least have a chance to fight it. And the last thing we want to do is destroy it.
Hey,
You all
what
right,
just happened?
sis?
Yeah,
You got struck by a fucking
think I'm
lightning
fine.
bolt. There's like scorch march on
little-
you.
Bunny skull. That feels about right for today.
I got my
Right.
second spell off for 6 more points. To heal you. 6 more points.
Are you doing
Oh,
all
okay,
right
cool.
now,
I'm fully healed.
Georgia?
Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
I would rather use my spells than waste potions when you guys are probably going to need them.
I'm down 5 if anybody.
She turns around and she like touches your shoulder. I made that one successfully for 4 points.
Cool. Take it.
Look, that obviously is involved. There's no way this is a random circumstance that we found some fucking speaking rabbit. We all heard it.
Was this near the one where all the animals were gathered around?
Griselda, who's in the room and has her back to the door, like ready to leave if shit got worse, was like, yeah. That was near the veil that was leaking at the bottom of the plateau, near our lift, like I don't know, 1/8 to 1/4 of a mile from there.
Burke,
Great.
You said that the creatures that make these ghouls are called ether bitches.
That's right.
Turn to Griselda. Did you notice a woman or any sort of feminine figure in the area that may have been messing with this skull?
Nah, I ain't seen one. My husband's back. I can go ask him, see if... But he would have mentioned that to Wilcuff. We were told to report to him any information. Wilcuff's like, he didn't say anything about a witch. Which are, unfortunately, they're pretty common out here, to be honest with you. Witches. I don't know about this ether part.
Ether witches aren't gendered though. I've encountered male presenting ether
They're
witches.
they're
in the past.
everything. Yup.
It could be.
I've never seen one, so if
I-
anybody was talking to
Well-
this rabbit skull,
well,
setting it up.
Wilcuff says out here there are tons of witches in Moldavia, but not this ether style, whatever this is. I've heard of them, but he did not report anything back like that. I can go talk to the rest of the hunters, but no one has left the outpost besides them. They're the only people we sent out. Just for safety. We wanted to be fortified, and I needed the hands to help Bruna get things set up.
Well, the one with the animals is between where we saw the last one and here. But if there's another one at this old feathering workshop that... The hell's his name?
Who are you looking for?
Raimundo?
Raimundo
Yeah,
was the
Raimundo.
gentleman who ran this place previously.
That Raimundo was using. I feel like if no one's been there, I feel like we would have seen the new one with the animals coming back. So if there's a spawn order, if you will, I feel like maybe that one might have been there for a while, and that's why the Ether Witch showed up at the mill.
Bruno would ask Burke, I guess, because he seems to have the most knowledge about the Ghoul Wars. Do you know if do they work in pairs, or are they always by themselves? Can there be more than one? Is there a chance that I don't know, like I train carpenters. Do ether witches train other witches? How do they function?
What's the answer to that, Eric? Because I don't know.
I would need a roll from you.
All right,
That is some
let's
deep
roll.
ecology of an ether witch.
What?
History or occult, I would say.
So like myths and legends.
Yeah, myths and legends. Yeah. History is under myth and legends. That is correct.
Would you accept a cult? As an either or do I have to roll?
Myths and legends will
Myths and
get you like other times that it's happened. A cult will
Okay.
get you if they do it, why? Like, is that a
Right.
thing? Like, you're gonna get history, or you're gonna get the ecology of like why they do, which is a cult.
I'll rather roll a cult then to
Okay.
get like, what are they all about?
I'll roll a myths and legends.
That's
All right.
a
Heard anything about it.
13, and I meet it with a 13.
Ether witches are a bane. If you're doing any form of history on them, not a cult, that's different. That's the ecology of you were there. But for anyone else, you're rolling with a bane because they are not common. Definitely not anymore.
Yeah. No, I missed it by 3 with the bane.
You could push and take a condition and roll again.
Missed it by that much.
And conditions you can get back fairly easy, especially with some of the upgrades to the HQ.
That means I reroll both dice, right?
Correct. If it's a boon or a bane, I believe you reroll everything when you push.
Yeah, it's intelligence. So let's see. Trackers. Intelligence is angry. Yeah, I'm angry.
Okay.
I'll take that.
Yeah, sister got zapped. You got zapped.
I got zapped.
Your other sister got zapped.
Motherfucker. 7 and an 18. So, still no.
What did you get, Todd?
A 13. I met my total.
13. And you did myth, you said? Or a
cult.
cult. You did a cult.
He did a cult.
So
Occult.
occult. Occult. You would know the ether witches usually run by themselves. There usually isn't more than one. If they are, they will fight over territory. Because they fight over bodies and graveyards and things like that. Because as long as there's a soul, they can steal the piece that they need and make more ghouls. But if they are fighting over a site, I mean, they will go to war, and that has happened during the Ghoul Wars. They'll do territory, kind of combating over it, and it gets really dangerous. Because some of the ghouls will get a transfer of power between the two, and after a while, the ghouls become feral, like more than they normally are, and they begin to become conduits for the Ether Witch's powers. They're more of a spiritual being at that point than they are even a creature anymore. It gets dangerous. The other thing that happens when they are warring in an area is spirits will try to defend themselves. If they feel that there are more than one of these things in the area, they will try to fight to not get consumed. Which means you run into things like banshees. You run into shades. You run into
Wraiths.
Wraiths are pretty common. No poltergeist. Banshees are only because they probably were already there, but they will defend the space they're in. And you start getting the more malicious side of spirits in Ethauntia. Serving hands.
I'll
Jesus Christ.
I will relay that info, and then so it's
Location.
Holy shit.
they're more about creating ghouls. I don't know this one with all the animals by it. I don't know what that's about. If that's
Nothing on that.
that would be an ether witch doing, or like someone trying to counter an ether witch.
Could there be a
Veil-
spirit? Could there be a spirit trying to keep an eye on that and keeping it contained by asking the animals to spy on it or keep it surrounded?
This is as good as mine. That
Could there be a druid spirit doing it? Seem to be a lot of those lately.
Well, this sounds like a good time for me to
Looks at
just pop
Georgia.
into the library.
Yeah, you could. If you want to go in the library and do some research, you definitely can.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
Because you can do 15 minutes in there and you'd be by yourself. So you're going to go to the library to do that. There's no other information for me to really give out from the NPC side of things. Is there anything that the group wants to do? There's been no gunshots. It has been quiet. The spiders have not come near. Claybell says, I believe I have stifled the spirit enough to where those things are not going to be able to find it. At least until I release it. But I would need, it said when I spoke to it, a immensely old tree. There are some, but not near the lumber mill.
Where did you take it from?
Oh, I took it from. It was used inside of the burning trunk of that tree with those odd sprite creatures. It was bound there. They were using it to make the bramble creatures. Any other questions to NPCs before I ask the group what they want to do and I start our clock for the show? Hopefully we can keep Allie alive. Sorry, Sam. Can't promise that. She makes decisions that get her near death very frequently. Looking at the names while you guys are contemplating. Beverly and Russell? I like Griselda and Russell. We're keeping Griselda. I love the name Griselda. I think we're going to go...
I like Edgar.
Who?
Edgar.
No, I have an Edgar in the game already. I can't. I don't want to do that.
Oh.
And we have a lot of R's. I really don't want to do a Russell either. Because we have a lot of R's in this.
My first suggestion was Kip.
Kip? Kip and Griselda? Sure, why not? That seems fashionably nice and kind, like a couple who watches birds. And then for their last name, we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go with. Did someone put Buford? AW did. We're gonna go with Buford for the last name. There we go. That's our hunter couple.
Kip Buford.
Kip Buford and Griselda Buford.
Jesus,
it's perfect. Any other questions for the NPCs before I start our clock?
I would
He
like
makes
to
scrap iron
know.
sculptures. She knits. Their budget for this real estate adventure is 1.7 million.
God damn it.
Their must-haves include
Oh my god.
high elevation away from the tides,
High elevation
trees nearby,
And a family graveyard in the plot.
Yeah. And we would like,
Don't forget
we'd
the
like
open floor plan.
a cabinet of curiosities for our reliquary family.
Eric, do
don't
I have
forget our
permission to
dog.
run?
Close floor
Pluto.
plan. Close floor plan.
Eric, do I have permission to run an Ethauntia House Hunters one-shot?
Ethauntia's getting
Oh.
published, girl. You can do whatever the fuck you
My
want.
God.
Yeah.
We can run it here with these overlays. I don't care.
Let's go.
forget the
Let's
rumpus
go.
room.
Yeah, right?
Those poppets run wild.
Poppets run wild. Holy shit. Can we eat before the fight starts, Drew? You can eat whenever you would like. Any other questions besides real estate questions? Little levity
the
to
HOA
the
like?
murder.
It's too bad there's already a show called Surreal Estate, because that would be perfect for the one shot.
God.
Spiritual
Yeah.
state? Spiritual
What's
state?
the HOA like on the plateau? Can we talk about that?
Oh man, it's brutal.
Oh man, you're paying
So
souls.
my
Paint
question
that
would
fit,
be,
so you're getting your ass fettered.
God damn it.
Get your ass battered.
I would like
Bumper stickers.
Get your ass bedded.
Holy fuck. Well, go
I'd like
ahead,
to know
Allie, I
what the
apologize.
curator and my child are doing in the if they're still doing well in the basement or where they are. That's it.
If what's in the
Just
basement?
curator and the kid.
The curator and the kid. The curator and the kid
Yes.
are in the basement. Your kid. Sorry, I was like, what fucking
Yes.
kid are you talking about? Yes, they are in the basement. Yes, they're working on a painting. They have all the art supplies that are left. They are currently working on painting a new picture of the Fawn Prince in case it can be used to recapture him.
Okay, beautiful.
Great question.
Now we just have two fawn
that is
princes.
that is in the do the players remember what they were doing part of the game.
Yes. Yes.
So,
okay. And it feels like the basement is probably going to be a safe place with what is about to go
for the
down.
most part. I will tell you that right now, out of the clock for them to make the painting, it's a 6-part clock. They've filled 2 already.
Okay. Cool.
Any other questions?
Sounds good.
Have we identified any of the other spirits in the house? Like all the fettered ones that are in the...
All the fetters that are here right
taxidermy and
now,
stuff?
they're all animals. None of them are people. That has all been identified by now. None of them are people.
Okay.
Good question. Anybody else? Does the audience have any questions as the NPC? Since you're playing Griselda.
What
If-
in the fuck?
If not, what would our group like to do? I know that we're going to go spend 15 minutes in the library, do some studying. Right? That's going to be... I'm going to say Claybell's going to go with you for that. To study in the library, Georgia. Because she wants to look some stuff up while she's there as well. Is Maria going to do
Sounds
anything? We don't know how much time we have. I just need to know what everybody is doing meanwhile. Because we really don't know, like, if we have minutes, hours, we don't know.
I'm going to search the house for a filled bathtub, and if there isn't one,
There is not.
I'm going to fill one. Okay, I'm going to fill the tub in my room on the 2nd floor.
Okay.
Clay
Regder
will
is
bless
working on filling a tub.
And then when it's filled, I want Claybell to bless it, so we have a tub full of holy water if we need it.
She goes,
she
that
bless
is...
it?
She goes, that's not how it fucking works.
I
Worked
know.
in the movies.
Yeah,
It's
but
a container of water.
but you know how much fucking water that is.
Yeah, a lot. That's why I'm doing it.
That takes time.
Magic. All right.
So-
well, never mind then. I
There-
guess I'll just
oh
sharpen
wait,
some
wrong thing.
arrowheads.
We do have. Well, she says I can do it, but then that's what I'm doing. If you think that's important,
I don't know what's important. We might be fighting an army of undead. I figured it might be better than the single ones you gave us.
is it a slow turn and everyone turns to look at Burke? Is that a good idea, Burke? Do we need holy water?
Wouldn't hurt. I mean,
Fuck.
it'll hurt them.
Come on, sis, you're on your own. And she goes with you to help fill the basin and start getting the ritual ready.
Burke.
Oof.
What can we... what do we have... Excuse me. What do we have here that is fire-based already, aside from Burke?
I mean, like magic? The old companion to Burke is technically here. Flujack. And
Is she
she's
fire-based? I thought she was earth-based.
She was
or
Earth,
something.
and she was doing fire when he saw her, but we've never had a conversation about it.
Basically, like, tactically, like, we're missing AoE. That's the problem. Like, we're
Big-
missing...
That is a problem in Dragonbane in general. Only spells, really. So you could ask Flujack if you want to talk to her. She is here. There's somebody in the room who probably knows where she is. He's large, has horns,
Where's,
stands like
where's the
7
moron?
foot. He's in the room.
He's bruised about the midsection. Yeah, I get it.
His ab workout,
He's in a
man.
cast.
God damn.
From ribs to knees, he's in a cast.
You have no idea how bruised I am. If you ask him, he says, yeah, she is, she helped dig the moat in the back to make it easy to defend the place. And currently she is working on getting the lift up to Merrifield operating. And that was just one of like general maintenance. No one broke it or anything. It's just general maintenance. But in case we need to fall back, we wanted that running. She said she knew how to fix this kind of stuff. So I could have helped her, but I was kind of organizing, barricading the place up. So she's out by the lift. And there are 2 lifts for clarity. There's a lift that goes up the Merrifield, and there's one that goes down your plateau to the west.
Right.
Said she'd be safe on her own.
I guess I turned to Burke. Like, what else do we have? Like, what else do we need? Like, we're kind of going off of your expertise here.
Fire.
What can we do?
Fire,
Fire back.
beheadings, holy water.
Don't let him touch you.
Eisenheim shotguns saw us through.
Shotguns are good. They have rifles right now, but shotguns are better. They do more damage, is the reason they were used. And they're good for close quarters. And they were made to clear houses in Eisenheim so they can move troops in. That's the whole reason the Eisenheim shotgun was made. So they could pump action and go through a house.
Which would be
we
vital
have-
if they breach our outer defenses.
Yeah. Do we have any in the
They are not a common item.
weapons corridor?
Yeah,
They're
so
not-
you wouldn't
they're
have them.
not.
They're not
Okay.
common.
But we did get in a magic item card last last
We
episode.
did.
And our after show, we talked about maybe one of them is an Eisenheim.
Oh,
We did talk about that. Is that something that we are solidifying right now?
I wouldn't mind.
Because the Eisenheim one we have is an Eisenheim that we wrote down that you guys took. Was the Eisenheim from the Ghoul Wars. It was a +1 melee attack, free reload. Basically, it pumps it if you hit somebody with it.
Oh, that's
Ka-ching,
right.
and you
We talked
free
about-
reload it.
Yeah. Free reload. That's what it was.
Oh my god! You hold onto the pump while you hit him in the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
Love
got a. It's made for it. Someone in the audience said, "What about some Molotov cocktails?" We do have a bar now. That is feasible.
Oh my god, we do have a tavern.
It is.
Would they be called Moldavia cocktails? No, they're probably Tiger Ray cocktails. They're probably Fire Rays.
Moldov cocktails?
Moldov cocktails. There we go. Moldov cocktails.
Mhm.
That is canon now. I mean, Kelly's character's probably pretty good at making those.
Yeah. So I can just go to the bar and start making them.
Do you want anyone to come assist you
Yeah,
to make it faster, to cut time down?
if someone could.
Pruna goes, I'll grab someone from the window. I'll cover a window and send them with you. So he'll go just get a random helper. It'll give you a boon to your rolls to help you produce them. I'm assuming making if you've ever made one in real life, they do take some time to make because they need to soak and shit like that. You got to roll them in, cork up, shove it in, make sure they soak up enough of the liquid. You got to find the right liquid. So we could probably do it in one of the 15-minute stretches. And you could probably make a D4 of them in that time. Or if you want to do a shift, I'll say you can make a crate. Make a full 24 of them.
I mean, that would probably be good for the NPCs to have up on the roof.
Yeah, it's just, do we have the time?
Yeah,
We won't know if
shift
we
is-
have the time until we start the clock. If we don't get all the way through, we'll roll a D4 is kind of what I'm thinking.
All right, then
All right.
I'll spend my time in.
So a
the
guy comes with
tavern.
you. He goes, all right, I know where all the liquor is. And he starts grabbing the fiery, high burn rate stuff. And you guys start tearing up shirts and pillow cushions and bandages and making Moldov cocktails. So that's what you're doing. Burke, are you going to go talk to Flujack at the lift?
Yeah, I can.
I mean, unless you have something else you want to prep or do. I just want to know what everyone's doing so I can start the clock.
Sorry, did
That
we
sounds
say
good.
yes that we're going to use the shotgun for that?
Yeah, shotgun's made. We're doing the shotgun. I don't care who has it, but there is one here. It was delivered. Signed, sealed, delivered.
Okay, we have a shotgun.
Eisenheim +1. And remember, in Dragonbane, a +1 means that your crit is 1 and 2.
Yep.
Good old rules. Oh, lights. You'll need lights, because tides. We do have the moth speaker. He has at least surrounded the area. I think before everyone leaves the room, Pruna goes, well, I do have a question for everybody, and correct me if I'm fucking crazy, but are you all going to the Vale Tears and checking those, or are you staying here with us?
I think we need to.
Because if we
go
fight here
try and
forever,
close-
we ain't ever gonna get
Yeah.
out.
No, I think we need to. I think we need to go close them. I think
I'm
that's
setting
the
up
only way.
the cocktails for everyone to use while we go.
Gotcha. Who of us is going with you and who's staying behind? I'll be honest, I'd like to keep Wilcuff and Rodham here.
I wasn't planning on asking anyone to go except for maybe Claybell.
Claybell would definitely say, I'm going with no matter what. Because if we find a tree, I'm bringing the ace out.
Well, if Claybell's coming with us, then yeah, I say leave Wilcuff and Blue here.
What about Flujack? What do we having her stay? Because I'll be honest, if they can help clear this place, great. But if they go with you, you have firepower.
Burke, how do you feel?
Talk to her first and decide? Or are you going to ask her to come with?
I want to talk first.
All right. So
Talk since
it's been forever. So while she's fixing the lift, you're going to go talk. Maria's going to be in the new tavern that you guys have, the add-on to the house, making Molotov cocktails. Then Georgia's going to go to the library by herself now and research. And then what is our lovely trapper going to be doing? Are you going out front and setting traps? Because they did not set traps. I mean, they did put the blades and stuff like that, but I don't know if you want to put anything else in place in people in case they get the doors.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go basically make a spike trap for the front.
Okay.
So that if they start pounding on the door, they can. It's basically going to be
Trigger it.
Predator log. So it will there's going to be a log that will smash in there, and
I mean, you could
basically
have it up above on the roof and it comes down. You risk damaging the porch, but who gives a fuck at that point, right? If you want the spike log.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we'll do that. That way it can fall down.
So Pruna will give you a hand with that then, because he's strong enough to grab the log. We do have lumber here. He can go out to the barn and grab. Remember, they built that big barn, and he can get a big log with you and drag that over and set that up. And then the people up top could probably kick it off or move it off.
Yeah, I'll make some type of lever.
Yep. I will need a craft roll for you. It's going to take a shift to do it with his help.
Okay. Oh yeah, 4 under 12. We're good.
Okay. And then 412. I'm gonna say, because we don't do any banes or anything to it, it does 3d8 on impact, which is a lot.
Okay.
That'll crush most things. And then I'll say it blocks, impedes the front. Okay. Done.
And then how do you get rid of conditions?
There's a couple ways to do it. So you have your item that you can do, I believe, to get rid of it, right? Or
Yeah.
you can rest, or you can go into was it the garden or the moth area that you guys built? One of those gets rid of conditions too, I thought. You'd have to look at that. I don't have it pulled up.
It's the moth area.
But conditions in general, you can recover them by resting, which gets rid of all conditions.
Right.
Or you can take a shift rest. I believe it is shift or a stretch. Let me look here. I think it's a shift rest. 51.
I don't want to do the shift rest yet because we're going to need that.
Healing conditions. You can heal one condition or a choice during a stretch. 15 minutes. A stretch rest. A shift rest heals all of them. So stretch is 15.
Which is the 15 is also heals hit points though, right?
It depends on what you're doing. You can heal willpower points is I think usually what you do with the stretch. You have to look up the healing in the main book. But healing's on page 52 if you need it. I have the ship bookmark. It's the most common things we use on the show. But it basically, a quick rest, it was a single round. You can recover only a D6 WP, no hit points. A stretch lasts 1 stretch. During that time, you heal 1d6 hit points or 2d6 hit points with someone tending to you.
Right.
That's a stretch rest.
Get stuck with healing.
Yep. And a shift rest, you heal the shift rest lasts 1 full shift of time. Can only take place in a safe location. There's no enemies nearby, so not here. During a shift rest, you recover all your HP and WP and heal all conditions.
Yeah, I'll use the moth room, I guess.
Okay, cool. So you build your trap and then take 15 minutes afterwards, or you're gonna take 15 minutes first and then...
No, I'll probably do it first so that I'm like,
Okay.
I'm probably like clearing my head. Like,
All right, Pruna will go get the stuff that you need, drag it over.
Okay.
And meet you there. So I guess that starts, if we can get Maria, if you can give me your crafting roll, you get a bonus die, you get a boon because you have an assistant for this hour.
So I'm actually trying my Baroque dice, and I got a 5 out of 13. So
All right,
I'm
so
good.
5 out of 13, and that means we have 24 Moldov cocktails. I'm assuming they'll work just like the fire flasks that are in Dragonbane, if someone wants to look those up. I think they're 2d4, but I'm not positive. If someone could look that up, we'll write the number down. Can I get the willpower point expenditure and our research? And you said you want to research the hair, just in case it's tied to this, right?
Yeah, I think more so the like who would be controlling the hair, like now that I've spoken to it.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a very broad category. You could look into ether, like who has hair like that. Just is too broad. So you could look up people
who
who
likes
have had
rabbits.
Yeah, right. As familiars, only weirdos have rabbits.
Yeah,
in
I'm
their house, they
thinking
destroy your house.
specifically looking into. I'd
look
be
at
looking
ether
into
witches. You could look into familiars. You could look into things like that. But it did say my companion.
Rule out Elmer Fudd.
Rule out Elmer Fudd. There's no Elmer Fudd here.
Yeah, I think looking into the ether witches is probably going to be the most helpful in this direct moment.
Okay.
I can look into hopefully.
And how many times a day can you do the
this is
15
7 times, I
minutes?
can look into that.
How many times can you do it?
It's willpower based.
It's their willpower, though,
So-
not yours.
Exactly. So the book itself has 6 willpower.
You can do it
so
3
it's
times.
4 willpower.
Oh, it's 4 willpower to do it, not 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, well,
Yep.
let's make your roll. Let's see what you can find in 15 minutes.
Okay, cool. So it's just straight intelligence, right?
It is a roll for its knowledge base, and it gets a boon because you're in the library. Oh, you can't use the library because the library is an hour still. That doesn't change that because you got to look
Right,
around and find
right.
stuff. So yeah, just a regular int roll.
Okay. Let's see. That is a 12 under 13.
12 under 13. Yes. So ether witches do not have companions or patrons or anything like that. Not like a traditional witch would. But all ether witches were traditionally spellcasters before, and witches do seek out becoming an ether witch. And they do it when they have gained or contracted bleakness. Because they won't die from it then.
That is really good to know. Okay, cool. Cool.
Now, we've never seen a witch of any form so far in our 2 seasons that I would say out loud. There's nothing that you would know directly, but if they've contracted the bleak, there's a good chance a witch is looking for a solution, and becoming an ether witch is it. A lot of the times, though, and this isn't always, most ether witches are from the Never. It's very rare to find one here, and if they do, they go into the Never, become one, and come back. That's fucking rare. And everything Burke has said,
Okay.
like anything that he's been talking about, they come from the Never here. They don't usually form here.
I can't find fire anything.
Hey,
Yeah,
Garrett?
bombs or
I
anything
just
like that.
I just put it in our live show chat. The only thing I can find is Fireball,
Nah.
It is 2d6 and can be dodged or parried as a ranged attack.
That's fireball, so that's a little too much. So we'll
Yeah,
just
I know,
do. It's 2d6. We'll do 2d4 for it. And it's just a thrown object. Look up throwing if you are going to bring them with you, because there are rules for throwing things and how far they go. With that said, we'll go to Todd talking to Flujack, because I don't think they've had a conversation yet. Like, at all. That's not a conversation.
Well, yeah.
A little. So, Burke, walking out of the building, the moth speaker would give you a lantern to bring with you. It's got 3 moths floating around in it. It gives you a 2 meter globe around you, which is just enough to keep the tides away that are crawling on the ground. It's a little eerie when you're out there. They flicker and glow, and sometimes they like die out of light and come back on. So the tides will like careen in and get close to you, and then get pushed back out. Always not okay. And you do see in the distance there is another lantern hanging on the lift. When you approach, Flujack is there. There's 2 dead ether ghouls on the ground, heads incinerated.
Oh, okay.
When you approach, she is wearing, she got a tool belt over her shoulder, just kind of slung around. And she's got the gearbox open, and she's working on getting something to work. She's swearing to herself in Kedraic.
I would probably use whatever. I'm sure we would have figured out a signal, our whole team that was there in the Never Never for that year.
100%.
Just to let her know, like, hey, friendly approaching, please don't blast me.
Yeah, whatever your call of choice would be.
Make like a whistle noise or something.
Yeah. And she'd look back and she's like, oh, Burke, glad you're not more ghouls. Look, shit's not going.
Played this card, broke down
Yeah,
a
this
lot
is
of
2 of
cards
10.
for this. Make it count.
Are we expecting more soon?
No, I don't know. I've been trying to get the lift to work. It's not sabotage, but this gear is bound. I've done everything to get it running again. I don't know if I'm able to get this lift up in time. I failed my role to fix it.
Oh, no. Would you like a hand?
You're always better at this than I was. I made coffins. I made really good stone coffins. I could dig a hole real well. This shit, I don't know, man. It just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no time that I've trained with any of the Mechanite orders that this makes any sense to me.
Well, I'll take a look at it because, Brooke's got a clockwork background.
Sure, yeah, and it is gears. It is large gears made to do this. The gearbox is pretty big. It's probably like a couple foot by a couple foot. It's large. Yeah, go ahead. She holds the tools out and holds the lantern while you're doing it, so now you got double light.
All right. So while I'm kind of like tinkering around, just looking at things, I'm like, so, what happened to you after we left the house? It's been a nonstop chaos for me.
I got captured by some weird puppet-like creature. Strung up a good portion of our original crew. And started replacing their bones with wooden parts. I don't remember much after that. When the house started burning, my ropes burned and I was able to get out. I fled as quickly as I could. When I slept my first night outside on real ground again, I did my best to find a ley line to follow, and that ley line led me here.
When we were separated, I was ejected almost immediately
What?
from the house.
Really?
Yeah, it spit me out right next to one of the people that I was, a couple of the people I'm traveling with now.
None of us got ejected but you. Everybody's in there. Even,
Still in there?
well, I mean, I don't think the other ones were themselves anymore. At least not what I can tell. I'll be honest, looked a little bit like your friend Wilcuff. skin was stretched odd, tacked in spots. The body was wood. Some of them didn't have all their skin there. I got off pretty lucky. They were saving me for last because the amount of wood they needed to replace body parts. Never thought being large would be a bonus, but apparently sometimes you run out of supplies.
Sounds very similar, yeah, to what happened to Will Cuff. But he also was able to get out, so it's possible we could still save them. But the place is so deteriorated now. Like we went in one more time recently, and it was
Well, I can tell you
dangerous,
that
more so than it usually is.
this is probably the biggest secret you guys will get during these shows. It latches itself on to the ley lines. I can feel the presence, the hatred of this stuff. When I touch a ley line, there's always a chance that I feel the house seek out to find who's using it.
Oh. Oh.
Granted, I still use ley lines, but in short bursts. You know what I mean? I don't dig in like I used to, ground myself and fight from it because I'm afraid it'll find me again. I'll be honest. While we were originally gave me nightmares, nothing was worse than being in that room. That thing carved up numerous people and then sends them out like puppets. It would literally open. I thought it was a window until I saw your friend come through, your dwarven friend. She came through into the room and got Wilcuff out and ran. I couldn't speak. We're paralyzed with something while we're in there. And it would open the mirror and these things would exit out. And you could see once in a while them exiting through a door in that room. I don't know if he sent these things out into the world. But I don't know if I would trust your friend. I don't mean that harmfully. Like, hell, I don't know if I trust me.
I trust you.
Well, my
I'm sorry you had
nightmares.
to go through all that.
My nightmares say otherwise. But hey, you know what? Never thought a Mo-Rung would be a cure for nightmares, but let me tell you what. Sure shit is. Give me your craft roll while you guys are talking to see if you can get this lift back up and running.
Oh. 15. That is a 4 under 12.
Between the two of you, over the course of that hour, or no, wait, is a shift is 4 hours, right? Normally? 6 hours. So over the course of an hour with her, you help finish up the work that she had started. The lift starts. It's functional. She takes the lever off, because that's a normal thing you do. You take the lever out and bring it inside when things are in a bad position, so it can't go up and down. And she locks the box down here so that it can't be brought up for no reason. You don't want them getting here and going up the plateau. Yes, they can climb, but why make it easy? And she'll start walking back with you. As we get back to the party, there is a thickness in the tides that were not there a few hours ago while you guys are prepping everything over this course of time.
Yeah, it's Flujack.
Flujack, yep. Wait, what?
She's the thickness.
She's the thickness. Flujack is the thickness?
She's like that super half-orc.
Allie, she looks like that person I said should play Wonder Woman.
Yes, perfect casting.
Holy shit. Remind me to send that to everybody else later.
Oh, absolutely, will do.
Woman is
So-
just jacked.
Eric, Kelly found that wine bottles do 2d6 plus bonus damage. So
Do
does
they?
burning firewood. They
Yeah.
Oh, fuck it.
auto hit, but they can be dodged and or parried.
Done. 2d6 it is.
Smoke.
Torches do 2d6.
I
as
would
well.
say dodged. I don't think you're parrying a glass bottle. You can parry a wine bottle that goes boom?
It says wine bottle hits an
Okay.
enemy within 2 meters with the bottle, requires 1 free hand, automatically
Okay.
hits and inflicts the damage, plus bonus damage. Can
Unless
be
they
dodged
evade it
or
out.
parried.
Fucking amazing.
Enemy gets
And
Y
that's
in their
for-
eyes, which stings so bad it gives them a bane on all actions until your next turn.
This
That's-
game is so brutal.
God.
All right, I guess Moldavian spirits. Let's go.
I mean, with the average hit points in this game, yeah, a well thrown bottle of wine could kill
Dead.
you.
You
Yeah.
fucking murder you.
Just ton. Oh man.
So, as everybody kind of comes back in, the tides do get thicker. The moths are keeping it at bay, but there is a few moments where the tides wash up to the sides of the house between the flickers of the moth. The moth speaker will run down to where everybody kind of gets back together to discuss what's happened. I'm going to assume all the information that was done during the scenes is shared. I would like to ask, how many Moldavs are you all going to carry out of the 24? 2 each? One
I was
each?
thinking 1 or 2 each, depending.
Yeah, probably 2.
Well, I need to know because that's how many are left behind for them.
Well, if we do 2 each,
Oh.
that's 8, and then they still get like 16.
Are you going to give your sister 2?
Give mine to her, to Clay.
Okay, okay.
Because I can make fire. I'm good.
So we're now at 16 left behind. Okay. We did get something, and this is where these cards have been building up for us to use for these shows. We do have some, I think we have 2 survive the tides. We have 2 survive the tides. For you all, so you understand how they work, you get resistance to the tides, and you take half damage from whatever it is. Resistance basically means you get a boon on your roll to anything that would affect you by the tides. And you take half damage from what they do. Good to keep in mind for not only you, but for people in the house. If the house uses it, it will count for the unit, just so everybody knows. So if like tides get in or something, the whole unit will get it for that time frame. When the splash hits the front wall of the house and comes up, you hear the first set of claws climb and the first set of gunshots go off. As you guys are all talking about what you've done for, like 15 minutes or so. As the tides recede back on the front lawn in front of the outpost, there are 40 ghouls wrapping around the grove and making their way towards the outpost. Gunshots start going off like mad. Audience, I need you to roll me 2d20 twice as a set, basically. So someone roll 2d20, someone else roll 2d20, and then I need 4d6 twice for the 2 groups shooting. As all that goes off, I would like to ask the party, are we leaving? Is that the plan? Are we staying for this wave? And I will remind you, when you stay, I am going to mark the clock, because it's passage of time, for the veils opening.
Yeah, I don't think we can stay. I think we need to leave.
And I will tell you, the veils, one has a shorter timer than the other, but I'm not going to say which one. It is up to you to decide what you think the shorter timer for the veils are.
5 on a 4d6. These digidice, I tell you.
Jesus.
So what does the party want to do? Stay for this wave or go?
We just said we were gonna go.
Oh, I didn't
so
hear
we
you.
just
I'm
need to
sorry.
figure out.
I apologize.
Yeah.
We need
Yeah,
to figure out
I-
which one we're going to.
Where are you going to go then?
Remind me. So we have one at the bottom of the lift, and then one is like, one's a
Around
quarter
the
mile away.
cliff, yeah.
One is
You go
half
to
a
the
mile away?
you go to the plateau.
Yeah.
And you go along a walking path along the edge of the plateau. And that one is a quarter mile from where you are right now. The other one, you go all the way west to the lift. You get on the lift, go down, and that one's a quarter mile from the bottom of the lift. A little bit further away in total. You're talking a full shift to get to the other one. To get to the one down the lift is about a shift away.
And that is that one, the one with the animals?
That's the one with the animals.
I would say let's go to the close one, but
And I'm thinking go to the
I'm willing to
close
hear.
one, try and wrap that up, and then go to the second one.
I agree. I feel like solving the closer one is going to at least help the people back at the outpost a little quicker.
yeah.
So shift
Might
away
be
to
able
the
to help
lift.
them start to move out and mobilize as well.
And I would say an hour or less, basically, to get to the other one. Because you're walking along dangerous. It's more perilous than it is anything else. All right. So are you going to exit out the back of the building?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
Eric, there's one thing I want to do before we technically head out.
Yeah, you had some time. You just researched for 15 minutes.
Yeah. And I think I would just take some, like, wax or something and just draw that rune on me as I,
Which rune?
I don't think we really specified what it was, but it's the undead, rune weaver for the inscribing magical runes on your bones to gain a boon to spellcasting for 1 shift.
Oh, you're talking about for your
Yeah.
ancestry, your kin.
Mhm.
Gotcha. All right. So the group is going to 1 hour away. I'm assuming that, and correct me if I'm wrong, Regder's probably going to lead the charge on this since it's climbing and moving through.
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Are you bringing one of the moth lanterns with you? They don't give out a lot of light. They're only for a 5-foot area, or, well, 2 meter, around a person. You could bunch up on that person if it gets bad.
I mean, if we're trying to stealth our way through this, they're kind of going to give us away.
If you're going to stealth, you're dealing with possible tides. You're not really stealthing through tides. Unless you want to die. But you can't, and I will say, if you put the lantern out, it's basically you snuff out the moths. Like if you put the lantern out, you murder the moths that are inside. You could put them in a closed one, but you can't put them in yours.
Yeah.
They have to be in the globe ones. They're specific for them. Someone would have to carry.
So if I put like a hood over
There's
my
no hood for
lantern, it'll
these.
snuff them out.
There's no hood. You have to kill them. You basically reach in and crush them. Or let them go. You can let them go. That's the other thing you can do. Which is probably Allie's character's choice. Just let them out. Don't kill them. They're moths. They're our friends. I
I'll
have
hold
40
it
of them.
because I can extend my whip.
Okay. So they're a double bubble, basically. Inside, there's a small light that's a regular light that they're drawn to. It just stops them from hitting it and burning themselves up, but they have to have a light to be drawn to, and they glow.
Like chickens in Valheim.
And it will cover 1 square around her character. So if we get into combat, just so you know that you have to be bunched around her. We do have 2 survive the tides. The gunshots go off. You hear them in the distance for this roll. What do we get for damage? The hits are good. 5 from the first 4d6. What do we get for the next one? 16.
16.
So 5 and 16. I would like to ask the audience, would you like to use a green and blue card for extra damage? Adding a d4 and a d6, you could do it twice. So you can do 2 blues, 2 greens. If the audience would like to do that, you can add another 2d4 and another 2d6. Let me know if you want to do that, and I will mark off the oldest cards that we have on the list. That's how we've been doing this. If you don't, that's fine. I will say, if we don't push the tides away and I get to the building, shit's going to get ugly for the audience. So I'll let you discuss amongst yourself, and I'll check back in with you. As we're going along
they're gonna do it.
the cliff edge, I would need you to give me a survival roll to lead everyone through here successfully without accidentally getting yourself murdered. You can get a plus to it from bushcraft. If you're using bushcraft, I'm sorry, not survival. Bushcraft. You get a boon.
Yeah, we'll use the card.
Okay. We'll use serving hands for that. It's one of the older ones. We get a boon to the roll, and this is just for the travel there. It's just 1 roll. Very simple.
Damn it. Well, the boon saved us from having to take care of this demon, but I rolled a 15 over.
With the +1 bonus to your check.
Yeah, because my bushcraft is 12.
So that would make it a 13 for that roll, and it's over. Would you like to push your roll?
Yes.
Or do you want to patch it?
Oh, no, I'll patch it.
Because just a 15-minute rest to get it back. That's why I was asking what you're going to do. So you're going to patch? All right, reroll.
Yeah, I'll patch.
All right.
That's both.
Yep.
Both dice again.
Yep.
There we go. 3 and a 10. Both passed.
Okay.
So 3 under 12.
Along the cliff edge, you find a pretty good path. It does have a makeshift rail along. It is made to go through here with a cart. It's slightly wider. It's pretty safe. When you clear the last corner and come around, you do see the building in front of you. And honestly, there's never been any talk of this place. There's never been any like no one's ever gone here. They said it's in disrepair. It's not something they recommend visiting. But let me grab I think it's this one. And pull up our piece here. Where are you at? There we go. What are you laughing at? What was the audience? What did the audience say, Cass? Are they all into doing it?
Yeah.
Looks like it.
Rouge Rogue says, "I vote yes, but don't let me roll."
What's wrong, Rouge? Are you a bad roller?
It's gonna get Uggs. Does Prith sell those shoes? Only if you want platforms. Prith only sells platforms.
Pruna only sells platforms. So. Where is? I'm trying to find our map for this. Oh, Alchemy, please don't be like this to me.
Platform shoes keep you above the tides.
Is that what? 2-inch tides?
Yeah, 2-inch tides.
This is the lodge.
Make a pair of wolf Ugg boots.
I don't know where this is gone. Apologize, everybody, but this is not wanting to. Here we go. Around the corner, there is a building. There is one light on in the building moving about. Moves you around the corner. You don't believe they've seen you. It is dark here. And you'd be coming from the path south here along. And then this would be the fall off to the left.
Okay.
But that is the shop. It is a decent size.
Big shop.
It is large. It's tucked away underneath, like carved into the plateau on the side, on this kind of bluff that comes out. But it is large, and there's only one torch going. All those other torches are not active.
Which one is active?
Just it's moving around in the building.
Okay.
Just moving about.
Is the forge on?
No, there's just one light going in the building.
Torch,
I don't have a way to turn that off. It's just part of
No, that's fine. It's fine. Just double checking.
Drew, did you bring parts for a portal? I'd like to set up shop here later to rebuild it. Little Valheim.
Little Valheim humor.
We need some Grey Dwarf eyes.
But that is what you see as you're approaching from the west. I will add your characters to the map just so we have them in case they are needed. The map is decently sized. The building is fairly large. You don't hear any noise, just movement. The only people who are with you is Claybell. No Wilcuff. Just our party. And let me grab a Claybell, because we don't have a Claybell here. We can't have that. We gotta have a Claybell. I will add the Steel Moth, because I know Allie at some point in time will ruin my night by summoning it. Here we go. Because I know you will. I know you well enough. I'll put it in the initiative order just in case, because I know you'll do it to me. And then let me add her as well. So that's what's in front of you. I'm not going to say much else. I'll let the party kind of decide what they want to do before I say anything. What would you all like to do? Claybell's looking at the trees immediately on entry.
Right. I'm gonna motion for everybody to like kind of point to the door. Okay. And I'm gonna stealth over to the front door and see if I can get a peek in.
All right, give me a roll. I'm gonna roll at Bane. Yeah. Apparently not paying much attention today.
I make it 6 under 15.
615. Okay, so you having them stay there and you're just going up?
I can't remember. Like, I know in PF2 there's a way that you can like group.
Nope, nothing like that.
Checks. So yeah, I figure I go up and since I had the best chance.
Are you just gonna circle and come back?
Well, I was going up to the door to see if I could look in and see what was carrying the torch.
The front door has got stained glass on it. The stained glass has got the tiger moth on it, similar to what you guys have back at the lodge or at the outpost. Inside there is a lantern that rounds a corner and goes into another room. You do not get a look at the person. It's just kind of like a dark silhouette.
Got it.
A humanoid. I will give you that. Are you going to follow around the building, take like a quick 15-minute and go around the whole thing and come back to them?
Yeah. I'll do a quick reconnaissance.
So while you're doing your reconnaissance, is anyone else doing anything before I give him all of the information he gathers from that?
I'm going to elongate my whip if I haven't already done so.
Okay.
Just that it's ready and set
Just
to
in
go.
case. Yep. Okay.
And then because like as long as the veil is here and we know that it's here, we can start working on the
Yes, you know that it is here and has been spotted here. So if you'd like to start that up to close the veil, start your stratagem, I will mark that we're starting it.
I think we should, because like if depending on what happens here, with Redger looking around, either we draw their attention and they come out after us and we have to fight them, or if we're successful in closing it, then maybe they're cut off from their power and buys us a little bit more time to take out whatever is in there.
Sure. I am fine with that. I will mark that it has started. Are you doing anything in particular to start assisting in starting it? He moved up and told everyone to wait. Claybell is at the tree looking for a tree that is old enough to function for what we're doing. But anything else that the party wants to do? I'll start with Maria.
I think because of what's happening and because of my limited experience with Veil Tears, I might try and roll like myths and legends to see if I can get this kicked off, like pulling information from my past.
Sure. Totally fine with that.
I got a dragon.
Well, of course.
I did.
Sweet.
It's my
Let's just mark two meat. Let's just you summon the keeper known as Nora Tenwick.
Yes.
And with the keeper's knowledge,
what's happening,
right? As you get the keeper's knowledge of Nora, you start looking over it. So you don't see the veil anywhere. That's the first thing I'll say. Myth and legends, veils usually form in places of power. They could be over like a knot, a powerful ley line, a magical item, or if it can't find any of those, a lot of times people make them in actual doorways.
Okay.
Like they'll tear open a hole between a threshold, between two spots. Specifically, Moldavia does that a lot because it's part of their superstition that the only way you can make a door to another realm is through a door.
Doorway.
Right. All right, so
You don't see one out front, so it's got to be, you would guess, inside. And they said when they saw it through the window on the west side over here.
On the west side, okay. I kind of whisper that information to Georgia and Burke, and see if they could maybe, I don't know if we want to wait for Redger to get back.
We could. We can do his 15 if you guys want to wait to get the information. That's up to the party. Playbell says, I think we wait. There's no reason to rush in here if he's going to fucking look around. And she moves like between these trees and starts like putting her hand on it. She's like, nope. And goes to the next one. God damn it, Georgia. Fucking find a tree that's old.
I was about to say, Georgia's going to walk over and go, just exactly how old does this tree need to be?
She closes her eye and reopens them. When she does, you can see her eyes are like a faint blue. And she goes, it said pre-sundering. It has to be an old pine.
Oh. Well, I do know where some older pines are. They're a little bit far away, though.
It says it'll do an oak if
go
it
ahead?
has to.
if it has to. Let's
I don't
see.
speak fucking
Eric,
tree.
would I know in this general area like where some like
Never
older
been
pines would
here.
be because of my circle?
On this
Never
site
been
here,
Okay.
never been here. This would literally come down to searching the place.
Okay. Well, we have 15 minutes, so I think Georgia would head over to like this area and start checking out some trees.
All right. Give me a what would be? Let me look at this. Look at this
Spot hidden?
Hey, this fancy sheet that I cut from a character sheet.
Ooh.
No, I don't think spot hidden because trees aren't really hidden.
Fair.
I would say give me a bushcraft roll.
I'm fine. with
Unless you
that.
have a secondary you think would work, and no animism does not.
No, that was a 3 under 10.
So the oldest tree that you see is at the back of the lot in this corner, tucked up against the mountains.
Oof.
It actually like hits
Okay.
the inside of the carve out, like this little den. I shouldn't say den, large carve out. It hits and bends across the ceiling.
Okay. I will how long does it look like it would take to get over there?
I mean, you got a measuring tool.
Oh, yeah, you know what? You
Look
know
at-
what, Eric? Just
look
because
at-
you're right
Look at
about
this.
it.
Yeah, and remember you can right and left click and measure and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Burke, are you doing anything when you see Georgia go off?
There's no Burke icon on the map, but he would be back by Maria. And
Burke's
he
up
would
there?
Be,
I apologize, I deleted.
activating his metallic armor spell. Just roll to see if I can
you
get
go.
it off. I do 7.
All right.
17.
So you're getting your
So-
armor up and ready in case shit goes south. Okay.
That's right.
Okay.
And I think no one else really spoke up. Would it be okay if Burke had that shotgun, that Eisenheim shotgun, that we?
Whoever wants it. I don't care who has it.
Oh, I think that was the plan.
I can let someone else run it.
I mean,
I
think
think that was the plan because, like,
We
I'm
want
rolling-
you to have it. Sorry.
He would have. So he would have taken that. And he would have taken ammo belt or pouch, or there's indiscriminate amount of ammunition. It's kind of
till you
vague
fuck
in
up.
this game.
Yeah, till you fuck up.
You just have, you just have to have. You have to have a container of ammo on. So
Yeah.
you would have that.
Yeah, so they say like if you do a long shootout or like with arrows, that eventually you roll, and if there's a mishap, you're out of ammo. That's basically how like you fucking shot them all, if it makes sense.
Indeed.
So you did that. That doesn't add to it. I will say finding the tree is a skill check. I will give you a bonus towards that. So that's one more towards the 6 with Maria's dragon. Would it be? I don't think we call them dragons in this game. It's got to be called a soul or a spirit. We ain't calling it dragons in our game. Anyway, then that would go to the 15 minutes kind of wrapping around as everyone's doing their shit. Oh, Regdur, which way around the building do you want to go?
You're muted.
We're gonna go clockwise.
Clockwise, okay. So this first window, it is a 2-story building. It looks like this here is actually a second floor, while the rest of the area is 2 floors. Looks like it's just a large, like there might be some catwalks and stuff there,
Vaulted
but it's
ceilings and stuff.
yeah, vaulted ceilings and workspace. When you get to this side, you can see there's a coal chute here. That's made to feed coal down and in, and there must be a hopper in the back.
Okay.
As you move around, there is a window here. You were told by Maria and by the
You can
Grizz
see it through the west side.
that it's here on this side that they saw it. They
Okay.
didn't. They said first floor, not second. They just said we saw it on the first floor as we snuck around, or as I snuck around. The husband came here for this one.
Okay.
You go into the
Yeah, I guess
windows.
I'll- Yeah.
All right. I am going to make a roll here. When you look inside, the building is very open. Sure enough, there is definitely a second floor that goes across from that window to the chimney on the other side. So it's probably like the bedroom area to sleep in, and that furnace comes up and through to keep it warm. The back of the building is only 1 floor. The east side of it is only one. Tall, still a decent amount of height, but not as big as a double. You do not see a resemblance of a rift anywhere, but you do notice that every door that is in the building is closed but one.
Okay.
And that door sits here in the middle. And it is not attached to anything. It's just a frame and a door, and it is open.
Does the door match the other doors?
Absolutely not.
Does it look like something from the house?
From that distance, it looks old. It looks older than this building, and it doesn't look like the same craftsmanship.
So not... No, I'm sorry.
I know
The
what you're
house.
asking me, but that house had different doors in every room. That's real hard to answer.
Well, it was like the house that we were in had like
Every room was
updated.
different. Every room was different. I described different doors for different rooms. It's deliberately different because the house can exist in any time frame,
Right.
in any world.
Right.
It makes Barovia look like fucking Disneyland.
Okay.
The window's shut. It doesn't look locked though. You look like you could lift it if you wanted to go in this way, or would you like to continue circling?
Yeah, I'll continue circling.
All right, so when you get back to the hopper is not running. It is off. And you get around back, there is this here. It's a ramp that goes up and an area to deliver in the back.
Okay.
Door is back here as well, about middle of the building.
I guess I'll go up the ramp and check that out next.
When you go up the ramp and look inside, the window on the door is again another one of those tiger moths. The door is shut. It is locked. You do not see the person inside, but it looks through the spans of the entire area. You can see there's a spiral staircase that goes up to the second floor. There's a rail on part of it with like chairs and stuff up there. It is not well lit. It's pretty dark in here. But from that angle, you can see that there are tides flowing out of the back of the door towards the door you're at, like kind of slowly flowing out. It doesn't fill the room, maybe goes 2 to 4 meters from it, but there are definitely tides coming out of the back of that arch in the middle of the room, the door frame.
Okay. All right.
Audience, I
keep
need you to
going.
roll me 2d20 twice and your 46 twice. I'm looking for a failure anywhere in here, and then we start getting into some serious shit. What are you gonna do? You keep going around?
Yep.
So when you go around the backside, this is a weather mill, like a weather vane.
Weather vane.
Yep. And then there is another door here, but it goes into a basement, like a cellar.
Okay.
It is shut and locked. External padlock, traditional kind of look.
Okay.
And also the group, the chat afterwards can put like the 2 rolls, the damage, 2 rolls, and the damage together. That would be awesome. Compile it afterwards, I should say. Are you going to keep going, or are you going to try to open this door?
No, keep going. I'm just reconning. I'm gonna go back with what
This
we found.
area, all of it is curtained. You cannot see in the windows.
Okay.
And that goes all the way around here. All the way around the backside of this building.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to take us back to the group map as you're kind of wrapping around. And you can see Georgia walking by you, making her way back towards the back of the building. Georgia did not say she's stealthing.
So, Georgia did not actually start making her way up there.
Oh, I thought you were
She
going. Oh, you just
spent-
looked. Oh, I apologize.
No, I was scouting for a tree,
Scouting.
and then I may have done like 3 minutes worth of math to figure out it takes about a minute to get there.
Yep. But you have 15 minutes. We're in a stretch. That's all. it
Exactly.
matters,
So I would definitely not go there alone.
Okay.
I would report back to Claybell and tell her, I think that I found a pre-sundering tree. Was it pine or oak?
It says either. It prefers pine. That's what she says back to you. Oh,
Okay. No, I mean, was
it's an oak tree.
unfortunately it's an oak, but if you want to go ahead and use it up that way, I would be happy to go with you. I think we've got the time. Otherwise, I can take you to some
Price
pines that I'm
flicker and
more
her arm
familiar
like
with
twists
later.
weird. She goes, I didn't pick the tree, she says out loud. She goes, you either get out or you don't. Or I destroy you. You can really pick a lane. I don't care which side of the road you want to ride on. And she's speaking out loudly.
Mm-hmm.
She is not a stealthy human. Or dwarf, sorry. Not a stealthy dwarf.
Regder is
Yes,
rolling
we're-
his eyes from the other side
Yep,
of the house because he can
100%.
hear her.
Yep, and they're arguing. Us, then let's go. Come on. Shit. Teams. And she walks back around the corner and she waves to Maria and Burke.
So while this is all happening,
Yeah, it's over the
I
15
turned-
minutes and you
yeah,
were doing your
I
shit.
turned to Burke and I'm like, did I misunderstand the assignment when we were all supposed to stay together while Redgert did the scouting?
From what
Or did we actually understand
learned-
the assignment and everybody else just
No.
did their own thing?
We did. What I have learned is that family, while effective in what they do not do it well together.
So that being the case, I actually wanted to discuss this, but since everybody else went off and did their own thing, I'm wondering if you cover me, we check out that supposed door on the west side, because I can't see anything like visually, but if we can get closer, I can tap into my blood and see if I can sense any magic.
Okay, good plan.
If you'd like to do
way,
that during the 15 minutes between the two of you, put yourselves over there.
I can't really be stealthy because I'm the one holding the lantern.
Yep.
But I figure between your shotgun and powers and my whip, we should have at least be able to buy a little bit of time.
Sure.
So, I think there's really no range on it. It just says like the area the place that you're in. So
It's usually when they say stuff like that, it's usually LOS. That's what you can see.
okay. Is this fence how high is it?
Pretty high actually. He had to go in over here to get around it. You could try climbing it, be a bitch, or you can go to the other end and come in.
I feel like coming in
Or climb it.
from that. Well, I'm already carrying my whip and also the lantern. I don't wanna.
We're
Fuck
15
around
minutes.
with
I don't care which side you go through. That's totally
Yeah.
up to you. But I will say, for the purpose if we get in combat or something happens, it's about let's see. Meters are what? 1 meter is 2 meters are 5 foot, so 4 meters tall. It's almost 10 foot. It's like 8.5.
Okay.
So 7 meters.
Yeah, I don't.
It's a
wanna
privacy fence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to get in combat.
Feet. Sorry, feet. 7 feet.
So it's So
3 meters.
that being the case, I don't want to get in combat while trying to jump a fence that high. So we'll come over here.
If you want, it would take a whole 15 minutes, but I could make a ladder to go over the
There's no reason. You can go in on each end. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, we could just walk
You're
around
disgusting.
the
You're like, I
feel-
can
I
make a
feel-
ladder in 15 minutes.
And I'm like,
Oh, sure.
that'd be cool if that'd be great. Like if we knew that we had the time to be stealthy, but all things considered, I don't know.
You are a hammer. Everything looks like a nail.
All right.
I mean, when I wield a whip, everything looks like a target practice, so I get it.
Ooh,
but
good damage. 13 and 21. Did the audience spend cards again for this? As the group kind of rounds the fence and they're going up to check for magic, the camera would fade to black and come back to the outpost. Let me give you the rundown of the outpost. While you have been firing as a team on first and second floor, pushing the ghouls away, the first group hits the front door and the barricade that is there. You've done to the first group, because of how the group is split up, we have 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 points of damage minus their natural armor, which I'm not going to say what it is. But the other group, you wailed from the second floor on these. If you got a 21 and a 16, I mean, 37 points of damage minus their armor from 2 rounds of combat is pretty good. I do need us to roll the extra cards. I marked them off, and I don't know if you guys did it or not yet. 2d4, 2d6 for the first bout that we did, and then I will do it again if you want. We can mark another 2 blues and another 2 greens, and we could do another 2d4, another 2d6. If you do enough damage, you might push that first wave off the building. As they get to it, the first one opens its gullet, like its mouth, and spreads down, and the tides start to pour out next to the entrance to the outpost. They're already in it. They're adding the damage. So another 4 on the first. Give me the 2d6 as well. And are we going to do it for both rounds, audience? Do we want to do it for both turns of combat? So we're basically doing this while they're gone for the time they're gone. Ooh! Some fat damage there. But another 16 and another 4. Are we doing it for the other one? That's my question to the audience. Because if so, I'll mark them right now, and you can do that one more. Just roll again. I think I would if I were you. I'll say you blow down out of the group of 10 at the front. You knock down 3 of them. It might be enough to break them if you do enough damage. Audience is hesitant to blow cards. I'll say we have cards. Let's do it. I'm going with the first person. Done. So roll 2d4 and 2d6 again, and I'll add it to the other group. Make it rain damage. Make it rain damage. Another 6 and 2 6, another 8. So the first group got 16 added, so that puts us at 36. And another group got, what was it, 8? 8 damage, so 34, 42. As you push them away the first wave, Blue Jack comes to the second floor, opens the window, and just rains fire and rocks down on the front of the group that's coming in, obliterating the ones that are left with their AoE, allowing you to defend for our first hour of combat. With that said, go back to the party with all of our hunters intact so far. Inside or outside of this place, we're gonna go right back to Maria and Bert wrapping around this. Are you gonna go to the window? Or are you gonna go to the back door? What was the plan for the two of you?
So, especially if it's line of sight, then, like, if I'm here, I should definitely be able to see this. It's not even working. Cool.
Which one are you looking at? There's a window here.
Yeah, I'll look at the window. Like, I guess, there we go. I'll do that. So if I move, like, here, I can look at I can hopefully cover the window and where the portal was.
So the window's here. There's a window here. The portal is here in the middle.
Okay.
So if you stand where Burke is, yes, you could definitely see it.
All right.
Not a
Then I
problem.
would stand there and then use my...
Absolutely. What does this ability do?
Sense magic, or it's a 1 willpower. I keep updating my willpower and it keeps resetting, so I'm just going to track it separately.
Yeah, just do it on paper.
Yeah. You can sense whether the place you are in or an item you are holding is affected by magic, and if so, what kind of magic.
Okay. And it's everything in the area that's magical, right? Not just what you're looking at. It's just like an aura. You see everything, like detect magic.
Yeah, if it's affected by
So
magic.
obviously the stuff that you all are carrying. The torch behind you is magical, but it's not actually lit.
Okay.
They're big braziers, actually. I shouldn't say torches. They're braziers with coal in them. The door frame is magical. That's in the center of the room. The furnace that you see further back into the place, back where the large fire is, underneath that is the forge. That is magical. What you're realizing is this doesn't look like a blacksmith workshop anymore. It has definitely been retrofitted. This was probably a blacksmith or a smith shop back in the day. But now it is full of stands everywhere but there's nothing on them.
Okay.
Think like yeah, Drew. Yes, very similar to museum pedestals. Yeah, they're like a pedestal, but there's also like crossbars, like what you would dress back in the day, like a mannequin for doing fabric work, like sewing. It has like the mannequin body for it. But there's also just cross stanchions, almost like scarecrow stanchions throughout the building, but there's nothing on them. And some are just in storage against the wall. There's a lot of fabric in here, mostly furs and leathers that are stacked in here as well. Raimundo did do a lot of taxidermy, and it looks like he probably took this old forge and made it a taxidermy shop.
Yeah.
With that said, there's a lot of things on shelves that have minor glows to them, like thread, you're guessing from a distance, some of the fabrics, and a bunch of objects behind kind of like a lead stained glass cabinet. There's some glows in there, but you can't see what they are.
Okay.
The most prominent glow, though, is the forge, and obviously the door frame in the middle of the room that just doesn't look like it belongs.
Okay, so I can tell what kind of magic. So I think for right now, I'm concerned with magic that is like involved in the veils.
The door frame magic has definitely realm level magic to it.
Okay.
And then the tides as well. That's probably the most powerful thing in here. What you do notice is there's a flicker in the door that you can't see without this once in a while, and it is a crimson fucking red. It almost burns the eyes, not from the brightness, but like you are sitting too close to a fireplace.
Okay.
It dries them out.
Okay.
I would say Burke knows that feeling as someone who plays the fire all the time. He probably carries around eye drops.
Dries my eyes. Okay.
Is there anything you'd
Don't
like to do?
lick your finger and put in your eye, though.
It doesn't help.
Humans are
That's
filthy.
how you get pink eye.
Okay. So
Or
I
COVID.
turn back to Burke and I say, I think that door frame there is probably it. It's got the bleak, it's got realm magic or portal magic, and then there's some sort of red crimson energy that's like, it's drying my eyes out just to look at it, and it just like flickers in and out. Did you see anything like that when you were in the house previously?
Did I see something like that? No, I don't believe so.
No.
Does it look like what we saw when we went through at the end of last season when everything was red?
It looks like when you were fleeing the building when it
Okay.
was burning down.
Okay.
God, it's a virtual book.
So then,
He
yeah,
did
after I
look
asked
very
that,
virtual.
I'm like, it looks like how the house looked when we were running away and everything was burning up.
Anything else you two want to do before I cut to the siblings, the three siblings arguing on the other side of the building? All right, sorry, discussing while one watches.
Do you want to try and close that, or at least get the process started while they're doing whatever they're doing on the other side, or should we wait?
I think so. I want what I've learned recently from Bluejack, Giovanna Bluejack, is that the house traces folks with ley lines. Is there a way for me to check if there is a ley line nearby?
Yes, if you would like to make your School of Magic, if you'd like to use your skill for that, make a check. Unfortunately here, it is at a Bane.
Oh, okay.
I will tell you, when you reach out, you immediately feel like something is fighting against you, which is usually not how it goes. What were you asking, Kelly?
I was gonna say, is there a way for me to aid or assist him?
No,
I've still
not in
got
spell-
the sense magic.
Not in spellcasting. There's no way.
Okay.
The only way another spellcaster can aid a spellcaster is if they have the heroic ability, or if you are, I would say, if you have the same School of Magic, I would allow it.
No, I was just wondering because I had the sense magic. But
Yeah,
if
no.
I could feed.
You just know it's magic.
While I have been very lucky in my advancement for elementalism, it's at a 17.
Holy
With
shit!
the Bane, I rolled an 11 and a 19. I don't know. Maybe I should spend a patch?
Or you can push.
I could push.
You can push. We don't have a spell, but I'll tell you what. If you want, there's always the ability where you could do an at a cost.
What does that entail?
You could spend a condition right now to push, and then you could use at a cost to remove a condition, but your next roll for evading will be an evade.
That's fine. I can't evade to save my life anyway.
All right, so go ahead and do that, and don't even mark the condition. We'll use at a cost from Star Drew.
I get just slightly disheartened, and then it goes away.
Yeah, you take it. Hey, man, you survived in a realm for a long time. What could go wrong?
We have learned not to ask.
What do you get with your new roll? With the push, as you kind of refocus?
And that's to re-roll with the Bane.
Yep, whole thing. You got to re-roll it all.
Right.
There's no pick and choose in this
and
game.
a 6, so we're good.
All right. Do you want to roll another
Under
d20? If you get another 6, I'll do something special.
All right. Oh, close. It's a 9.
Okay. If you turn it upside down, it's a neighbor. If you want to know specifically if you have seen this before, you said you want to tap the ley line and cast magic, basically. Not tapping the ley line, but cast magic in this area. There is an immediate sense of hatred that fills you, that you push away, which is probably that condition you took.
Okay.
What are you looking to gain out of this check?
I want to feel for ley lines,
There
and
is?
if there is such a thing, which I have tapped into before.
Yep.
To see what the vibe is, ley
So
line
this-
vibe check to see if the house presence might be.
This plateau bluff that you're on is where a bunch of ley lines terminate and stop.
Ooh.
And you're guessing maybe Raymundo knew or didn't, because unless you're trained in this, a lot of people don't know how to use ley lines. He probably built this taxidermy shop here because of the amount of magic he could tap into here. It probably made his life easier, didn't even know it. Right now, while they do terminate, you can feel that the ley lines are being drawn back in to the building underneath that door frame. They're almost like someone's pulling the strings back.
Like retracting the ley lines or merging them?
Retracting would be the best description.
Ooh, boy. All right, well, I'll tell Maria that.
Okay.
I
While
will
you
say
can-
Nora.
While you guys discuss that, I'm gonna go to the siblings. Hey, you two, with Claybell, sitting over in the side of the building. You see Claybell and them arguing. Claybell comes back, goes, the other two went around the building. Maria said something about, we're here to fucking do a job.
Yes.
We had a task.
That
No.
sounds like her.
Oh, shit! And she looks at you and she's like, what? Can you not pop out of nowhere when you talk to us?
That was my job, and I thought you all were gonna wait for me to come back so I could tell you what the fuck I saw.
There's not even a light in the building right now. Look, it's dead. There's nothing in there.
And it was like a minute walk.
Yeah, no big deal.
My keepers. All right, look.
Hey, look, by the way, we found an old tree. I'm going to go check it out. I think that if we can get it here, if something does go wrong, maybe it can help.
Great. Well,
Good
you
idea,
both
right? And
going
she
to
walks
be-
by and pats you on the shoulder. She
we're both
seems
going-
happy for once.
That's not okay.
Very astute.
George is like, I'm proud of you.
Fuck off. And she keeps walking.
You did. Georgia.
Are you going to walk over, Georgia? Or are you going to keep screaming at
I'm gonna move to her.
8 meters?
Oh yeah, no, sorry. That's no. We'd be over here. That's about right.
Damn it! woman.
Line of sight for the tree.
Move back to where I was under the door frame. You get out from the open. Get in here.
What?
Pull her-
Okay, fine.
Like pull her underneath the windowsill.
She's whistling and walking back towards the tree.
Fuck's sake.
You're being awful stealthy right now, and our sister's walking right out there. Is there something you want to say?
Yeah, let's go find fucking Maria and Burke and get on this. I have information to tell you. That's why I left. But no one apparently.
Okay, is it information that's pertinent to the fact that our sister is walking out in the middle of the open to a giant tree?
Voice down.
This is as quiet as I can be.
That is much more quiet than you were. Look. All right.
Oh my God. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm going back. You have to repeat that. You are not on screen. No, fuck no. I just have the two of them on right now. What did you say?
I said this is my favorite show, Larry, Moe, and Claybell. The Three Dwarves.
Damn it, man. If anyone's played Minds of Moria, I will say our conversation sounded very similar to this many of the times. Fuck me. Okay. Anyway, Claybell walks away. You two are arguing. The other two are doing their job. Sorry. I apologize. Burke, Maria, and Regdor were doing their job. The other two are fucking
Thank
off.
you.
So.
Thank you.
What other job did I have?
Will you shut the fuck up?
Look, okay, I'm talking as quietly as I can right now, okay?
That's great.
So,
Why don't you just
if you
stop?
our sister is walking out there. Do we need to get her back?
No, she's doing it on her own, and she's making noise. So maybe she's doing it on purpose. At the very least, it might be a distraction. Let's go find the others. Come on.
Direction? Is she going to be safe?
I'm just going to keep turning her up while she's whispering so it gets louder and louder.
You stop talking, follow me, and do the tippy toe thing you used to do when you were a kid. I.e., be quiet about it. Come on.
So are the two of you moving back
fucking
towards
missed them.
Maria and Burke so I can bring the peanut gallery back on screen?
Yes, we're making our way downtown
Holy
Fast.
shit.
to the window.
I'm trying not to laugh, but the two of them are just talking shit in the background.
Jesus.
Why is Regdor's token was turned? I was like, oh man, he really is tilted.
So as the group makes it back around, you see Claybell in the distance, over here.
Mm-hmm.
She is touching the tree, and you guys are having your conversation. And I will randomly keep giving you information about Claybell. Audience, I need you to roll me a 2d20 roll. This is with a Bane for Claybell. We'll get into it afterwards.
Okay, brother, you better talk fast because our sister's over there by herself, and I'm not comfortable with that. So go.
You left her at the altar by herself.
You shut the
hang
fuck
on
up
to it for a
right
little
now.
bit. You can
Just
you
talk.
can hang on to it a little bit longer.
So,
Just talk.
Burke, how do you think we should close this portal?
So I believe
Jesus Christ.
those of us with magical abilities should focus on a ritual that would probably help heal this with maximum effort.
Okay, is there
Maximum
anything that
effort.
I can do to assist? I'm not
Time to make the
a
fucking
caster.
You got
I'm not a
this.
mancer of any sort, but I can at least.
Yeah, but you're tapped into Never Never, and that probably.
Okay.
I
That
wasn't
could
able-
help.
I wasn't able to check on the upper or lower floors, but there is there's a doorway to the cellar on the other side of where we are right now.
Okay. Well,
I don't know if I'm just and the entire other side of that wing heading off to the east is completely covered in curtains. I couldn't see anything inside.
Well, I share what I saw. Like some of the stuff was minorly glowing, like the stuff that was behind the cabinets. But the biggest thing that seems to be the biggest threat / concern right now is that door. And I explained the portal magic, the bleak magic tied within it, and then also the red crimson flashes, like what we saw running from the darkest house when it was burning. I said so. That's probably what we need to really focus on right now.
Right.
So are we moving into the building? Can't really close the built portal from out here.
Right.
Yeah, no. Well, do we want to go down underneath and come up from the bottom?
You don't know if the cellar connects. That is a risk. Just as a heads up. The cellar door is outside. If it connected, why would you have a door outside?
For loading shit in.
There's a fucking warehouse. They would just make a hole in the floor for that.
I mean, how big was
Cellar
the
and a
door?
basement are not quite similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Possible.
Yeah, it's true.
This isn't. I mean, this isn't necessarily the Midwest where they go downstairs and have a beer.
God, it's so nice.
Beer
Anyway,
fridge in the basement. So.
it's true. It's true.
That's fair. Well, in that case, we can go in through the back door over here. It's locked, but I can try and fix that.
Okay. So a group wanders around. The camera will be over Regner's shoulder as he's working on it, and it like pans from the lock to Claybell at the tree, and she has her arm inside the tree right now, and like bark is kind of spread up over, and there is an amberish and blue aura coming from her arm right now on the tree, and then the camera cuts back to you picking the lock.
Todd, we're gonna get our great fives. We're gonna be good.
And that is the door right over here, right?
Yeah, it's on the back.
Yeah, it's up the ramp.
Cool.
Yep.
I think Georgia is literally just like eyes locked on Claybell across the way, like trying to like keep alert.
Sure. Yeah. Right.
Vigilant.
Right. What could go? Yeah. It's still
And
fine. Under control.
I think while he's picking the lock, I'm gonna go, okay, well, you need all the spellcasters, so I'm gonna go get our sister back real quick.
Just
Meet you inside.
Or
before-
you could just stay here.
Could we stop arguing
I'd
for
love
a
that.
moment? Please do remember that the Bramble Souls were shunted from soul trees from people who refused to be brought back to life. And so if those creatures were using that treant, whether or not it was willing, that may be something that actually didn't want to come back at first. So Georgia may have concern, or may be right in her concern about Claybell and this treant spirit. I'd wanted to bring that up earlier, but
Fair
kind of
fair
already too late.
assessment. With that
was
said,
out
hold
Thank
on. With
you,
that
Maria.
said, with that said, I will give our lovely dwarven sister here a fettering roll at a distance. So I need a bane. Would you like to?
Yeah, you.
Yeah, you. Yeah, to see if you can figure out what's going on from this distance. I'm adding a bane. Would you like a? I'll give you a passive focus card. I'll give you a +1 to what you're. I'll give you a boon to what you're rolling. It's usually for awareness. Since this is kind of an awareness situation, I'll let you get a boon to wash out the bane. I know it's still only like a 3 and up, but hey, man, it's just a roll. We'll see what you get.
Oh, 3
Okay.
and down, technically.
3 and down. 3 and down. Sorry.
Let's get that natty
3 more.
one. Let's go,
Roll
baby.
some real
Go
shitty
for a
rolls.
20. 20.
Shit, that's a 7. I thought it's a
From-
7. I thought it
From
was
this
a 1.
distance, you don't know what's going on, but what it looks like is she's refettering. That's all I will say from this distance.
Okay.
here's my other concern. I kind of was hoping you weren't going to try and reconstitute this while it's here. Burke, you said that the ether witches, like, they grab portions of souls to, like, put into ghouls and whatnot. So, I mean, if this goes poorly, I think an old ancient treant spirit would make a really good fertilizer for more ether ghouls, right?
Oh no. I mean, yes, but oh no.
Cool.
With that, Georgia is going to, as quietly as she can, sprint over to join Claybell. Like,
I
she's
mean,
going.
Like, I don't
That's
want to,
it.
like, Kelly and Maria don't want to split the party, but also putting this all together, I'm like, maybe
Yeah.
we should take care of Claybell instead of letting her just be a distraction.
So, how many meters can you run?
Georgia.
Speed is
Georgia.
8 meters.
How many meters? It's 8 meters long to her, 9 to
Mhm.
her.
So that is 16.
You run 16 fucking meters?
No.
Well, if I'm dashing. Oh, and it's 9 to her. So yeah. I can get
'cause
there.
9 squares. That means it's 18 to her.
Yeah, it's 18 meters, and I run 14.
Yeah. And it's 10 plus your kin bonus if there is one. Kin has a starting move.
And then it's
your agility bonus goes on top of that.
Yeah, that's how I can move 7 squares.
And dwarves,
Okay,
I'd
mine
love to tell
says-
you, it's not that great.
No, my movement says 8.
So it's
Yeah.
8 meters.
4 squares.
4
Kin base speed.
squares.
Yeah, Rogue. That's what I was thinking. That's why I was kind of like, maybe we shouldn't have her go running
Dwarves
off,
are natural sprinters. Huh.
On your Allie, on your character sheet, so kin base speed for dwarves is 8. What does it say your movement is?
Movement said 8.
Yeah, it's 8.
Let
So
me
it's really
check
base.
something.
The base is 8 plus your agility bonus. What's your agility?
Plus 2.
Okay, so it's 10.
So it's 10.
So you can do
Okay.
10. So you can go one more square. So that
Cool.
is 10. If you want to run
Neat.
the rest of the way,
Yep.
you're done. You're huffing through. It's grass, by the way, not snow. That's just what the map looks like. Because I've had this since we were playing the snow campaign, and I never uploaded the grass version. It's grass out right now. As you run to her, and you see her, she
It's grass out.
yeah, it's grass out. It's grass out. She puts her second hand on the tree, and she's pulling the tree open. With that, it cuts back. Do you get the lock?
Yes.
That's the
I
key.
was trying to be quiet about it. My stealth was a 3. My sleight of hand was an
Oh
8.
no! That's not how that works. It's a bane to your roll.
Oh, to being quiet while stealthing?
No, quiet and picking a lock quietly. You don't roll 2 skill rolls. You just add a bane to what you're doing.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, 3 and 8.
Yeah. Totally. Keep the rolls.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm just letting you know so you know how it functions. So you like
Gotcha.
click. And you pop the door. When you do, there, for the 3 of you that are there, there's a like pop, and you can feel it in your ears,
Oof.
like leaving a pressurized area.
Uh-huh.
And then there's the smell of like copper and iron, the smell of rot. And the door, when you open it and you look in, I'm going to move us to a different map for the 3 of you.
Great.
Don't worry, it's not the darkest house directly. Let me grab this. Let me go to scenes. And I didn't think I was going to get to use this tonight. I'm actually kind of happy. Inside, there is a... Let me just move your sisters off. It opens up. You are on this side over here. I'm moving you all over. Can you guys see this map?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
This door is roughly here that you're entering. There is a archway at the front of this, and you see the first hand come up and grab the edge of that cutout square before I show the audience, pulling itself up, whatever this thing is. The doorway is red. And it looks like that crimsony fire from when you burnt down the house.
Okay.
Turn on the map for the audience. There is flashes of light like thunder. Oops, I want the big map. Hold on here. Let's go to the big map. There's flashes of light like thunder here, and I'm gonna turn it on, and we're gonna hope it doesn't fuck up the show. Because Alchemy has not been playing friendly with me lately, but I am willing to risk it because it looks so good.
More power.
As there's
Resist it.
flashes of light in here, like the beginning of a storm. What would the 3 of you like to do before I go to your sister?
Is there a door on this archway that can be closed?
There is a door that is open, and it opens out towards all of you.
Close the door. Is it as easy as that? Can we just close the door?
I mean, game mechanics wise, I think we're gonna have to make a couple more rolls, but we can definitely take a look at the doors, see like in game. I'm like, I mean, that seems a little too.
Your
easy.
stratagem just gives you a boon to doing it. You could do it without finishing the stratagem. I just won't tell you how many banes it is to close it.
I feel like closing the door isn't just gonna be that easy. I mean, we can try it.
Do we see? Let me ask this:
Ask away.
the light that we're seeing, the red flash.
It's just in the frame.
Kind of like Stranger Things, like looking through a doorway.
Yeah,
like,
it would kind of have that like
the thing
of like the light, and there's lightning, and then there's the door frame is just lined in like a red hue. The rest of the room looks like dirt and a fucking sky inside. If you look back out the door, it's the grassy area around this reliquary taxidermy place.
But the storm and everything is
Inside the
just what we're seeing inside the doorway.
It's in the building. The door frame is just a red hue filling the gap in the door frame. Because there's two door frames. There's the one you came in and the one in front of the hole in the ground.
Yeah, that's the one that we're trying to close.
The one in front of the hole in the ground has got just like a red film over it. Like you're looking through a red plane.
Right. So it's the same, like the view is the same either way, but I don't know how to describe this.
There's two doorways. The one you came in, as soon as
that.
you step through, it looks like this graveyard.
Right.
There's a fucking sky.
But inside where we are is a red hue, or is
No,
it just what we're seeing
just
through
the door frame. That's what I'm saying. The red is only inside the door frame.
Perfect. My movement is 12. I run up and shut the door.
You're running up to try to shut the door. Now, I did say there's tides in front of those doors.
Yeah, that's...
And that has not changed. That is still there. Flowing out from the door.
I thought it was just inside the...
Nope. And I did say it flows towards the door on the north side. So you'd be running in, but hey, I'm fine with that. Tides don't affect you immediately. It's the shit that's in it.
North.
But this is turned. We basically turned it. North is this way.
Oh, right. We're coming from the north, running south.
I'll tell you what. I will let you all discuss what you want to do in the background, and I'm going to go have the audience make some rolls.
Okay.
Because that seems right. Hi, audience. It's me.
I mean, it still seems like...
It's rolling time. I need 2d20 twice. I need your 46 twice. And I need to know if you want to spend cards again. Let's see what we do. Oh, rogue. Scroll down here. Blue, blue, green, green. It's a pretty good roll. Pretty good. Cards it up. They already done sushi. Already done. So I will tell you that the 12 and 15 worked. We need the other 2d20 roll. I don't see it here. For the cast in the background, you are currently of 3 of 6, so you know so far. He did pick the lock. That does count. I will put it at currently 4 of 6. It's every action towards it. Cards are added in. An 8 is good enough. That means we hit both times again. A 12 is close, everybody. We only have a fire of 14. That was close. So let's get the new damages. We have what here? A 13. And then what's the other 4d6? We need the second 4d6. Did someone roll it? Roll, roll, roll. Thank you. So 17, 13. And now I need the 2d4 and 2d6. A 2 and a 9. That's close. 2, 9, 12, and 17, 19. And then we are adding this 42. Ooh, 54 minus armor for the 2 attacks. And 36, 45 minus 43. Okay, this changes. As the second wave comes in of these 40 in total, currently we've killed 5 from the first batch. So I'm marking this aside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've killed 4 of the other group. As you fire off these shots, one slinks through the shadows of the tides, bellowing it. It gets to the side of the building and starts kicking at the side door to come into the outpost. Flujack runs, I'm going to roll, across the top of the roof, and she grabs Wilcup and brings him over and tosses him down to the first floor so he can fight this creature. Wilcup lands with both daggers. I need a d20 roll from a 2d20 roll from the audience. I'll handle damage. Let's see what we get here. Well, I hear some crazy shit going on with the cast right now in the background about how they're going to fuck me over right now, by the way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yes, Rogue. Feel free to throw it in our Discord. If you're not in there, throw it in the memes medium. Or in tabletop. A 7 and a 6. That's a hella good roll. I hope my cast is ready. I'm going to switch back to you in a second. As he jumps down and stabs into the top of this one, it bellows out the clouds. As the tides come up at him, the moth speaker pushes moths out surrounding him through the side door, pushing the tides away, keeping him from getting consumed. As the camera slides to the back of the building, you see the foreman jump off and tear his skin open as the werebear jumps down in the back and starts fighting the group in the back. When we come back, we're going to be rolling for the werebear. I have his stats here. Get ready to roll a lot of hits and damage. As we cut back to the cast, trying to figure a way out on how to close this portal. There are 2 points away. There was a lot of conversation, and I was trying not to laugh, but you know, it's what the party does. How did our discussion go for how to handle this this door? What are we doing? And George is outside still, but you can talk to her because obviously you haven't closed the door to the outside yet.
Right.
What if I use my knowledge of the realms to try to close off this door from like a dimensional standpoint?
It would cost magic.
Be a possibility.
It would cost willpower.
Willpower.
And it would not be realms. You would have to try to use your elementalism to close the door. I don't know if you've ever successfully done that unless you have something in your background, or if you want to use a flashback card if you have any ideas for that.
My idea for that was if we can, especially with those things like crawling out of it, I was wondering if we could use a flashback where I ended up crafting 2 banish potions.
Banish potions for what? Can't banish the portal. That's not how that works.
No. But with the undead and the demons.
I would be fine with you using some of your 2 months of downtime that we had previously. Like, if you cash in on those, you could cash some banish portals. I'm fine with that. Absolutely. We use a flash. I think we have a flashback card left. Let me look here.
And I made the crafting check, so.
We have 1 flashback left.
Do we want to use that for that, or do we want to use that for a flashback of you closing one of these previously?
Oh, yes, because in Burke's background, when he was in the Never Never, there was a tear in reality that brought him and his crew there on their airship.
Okay.
And they crashed. And that tear stayed open, and we discovered that it was one way. Anyone who tried to go back through it was coated in, I think it was green crystal or purple crystal, and then lightning would strike them and they would explode. So we never tried going back through it. So because it was so dangerous, we worked together to close it from our end so that nobody else would get through. Although we don't know if it was successful or not.
I was really worried. You're like, you only have to get hit by lightning. Georgia, you're up. No.
These guys did lightning already. They're pros.
Oh.
That's straight from my background. It's all written out there. Eric can double check if he has to. But
I have it up already.
We had a portal with the lightning and the crystals and the kabooms. We were never sure how to close it properly, or if we did properly. Other things may have snuck through as a hint to Eric at the time that maybe some creatures in Moldavia came from where I was. Anyway,
so I'm fine with that. Would you like to say you can use the victory point card to automatically add 2 points?
Oh,
as this kind of like knowledge from your background on like how to finish the stratagem?
Sounds good to me. Anyone else? Fine with
Damn it.
I'm good with
Burke's
it.
like, oh yeah, and just closes the door.
By the way,
right, we could just do that.
This is how it works. But you do have to go to the door. So who's going to run up there to close it?
Well, that part we were talking about how I was going to go with, like, Burke and I were going to go together because I have the Moth Lantern.
Okay.
And he's got the Eisenheim, and then I have the Whip.
Okay.
And I've got it set where I can do the 5 squares for right now, so.
All right.
And then Redger will stay in back with the rifle for ranged combat.
All right. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. We are gonna. This is important because I had to draw initiative for the door to see if you can go before it. Because there's a chance you just close this outright. There's this one's done. We're gonna go down to the bottom.
New game show. Are you faster than the door?
Are you faster than the door? So normally the way this would work is I would do the reorder on here, but there is a lot of active tokens in here. I mean, I guess I could do it still. I think
Just
I'd rather
ignore the ones that aren't us and a door.
Hold on a minute. I have cards. We're not doing this. Hold on. We're gonna do this the old-fashioned way. I'm actually gonna draw the cards. 1 through 10, right? Hey Bear, thank you for these I think they're sitting here. Where did I put them? I lied. Never mind, I lied. I thought I had my monster cards here from Bear. That are like a player's
Bear,
deck
in
of
general.
cards.
Just
Thank you, Bear, anyway, just in general. But I don't have them, so I have to get my cards. I would rather pull cards than roll for you all, so I'm not screwing you over with how the roll on this thing always works. Because it reorganizes and it seems to kind of freeze our stream. And I would just rather draw cards from the box set. And I feel bad at how it rolls. It feels like, I know it's not cheating us, but it feels like it's cheating us when I do it that way. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say, if you don't have yours, Eric, I have mine.
I have, yeah, but I know you will cheat, so I'm not doing that.
Fuck you. In the face with a truck. Fuck you.
I mean, I would want to save my ass from a Planar Rift, killing everyone in my party and having it be my fault.
Damn paladin
I
of the team,
don't.
and you're like, you're gonna cheat. Or-
I don't cheat rolls. That's not my MO.
No, it's not your MO.
As anyone who's ever watched all the absolute fuckery that has happened to me on this game.
Voss has had more bad things happen to him, I think, than most characters in games. Just in all of my
hands
years.
you've lost.
Yeah, I mean,
Right?
how many hands
Jesus.
have you lost? You know what, Drew?
At least 2.
One,
At least
yeah,
half
at least
of
2.
them.
I'll be honest with you, bro. My cards aren't in here. I think you're gonna get the draw.
Oh, seriously? Okay.
I'm dead serious. Yeah.
Well,
I'm sure I put him.
just opened the pack, so let me shuffle.
I'm sure I put him somewhere smart, and by smart I mean they're probably near me, sitting in plain sight, and I fail my perception check.
Do you have a card case like a?
I have a case of them, but I don't know where they are. They're just gone. That's okay. So we're gonna go down the list. So the first one is Allie outside. Draw hers.
All right, hang on.
One right down the side.
Okay.
One
First
for her.
up.
6. Is that what that says?
6.
All right.
Yeah.
Next one up is Maria.
9.
Okay.
That's actually good, I think. Maybe.
All right. Burke.
2.
Dose.
2.
All right. Regder.
7 for me.
And now the door gets 2 draws. 3.
3.
And what's the other one?
4.
4.
Okay. Now we have a 5 and a 6 next up if anyone wants to move their 9 in our cards. We do have a 1 in initiative if you would like to use it. If anyone wants to go first.
Well, right now Burke's going first for the 2.
Correct.
Do you
But
want me
does
to go-
Maria want to go with it?
Yeah. You want me
Yeah.
to go first so I can or go with?
Yeah,
So I can.
take the
Yeah.
1.
All right, Allie.
So-
We're taking your 1 that you lovingly played, and I will give that to Maria. Maria, you are now a 1.
All right.
Anybody else want to
Card
go
well spent.
before? You can't go to 3 or 4. Does anyone want
What was
anything
I?
else? Or are you
Am I
good
the
being
7?
afterwards?
Am I the
You were a
Quick
7.
question.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead, Georgia.
I think I just missed it. What is Claybell's initiative?
Oh, we didn't draw for her. That's a very good point. Can I have Claybells?
5.
5.
I'm fine with that.
Okay.
5 and 6. That's perfect. It's her than you.
Okay, cool.
And you can always swap initiatives. Remember, everybody, you can hold and change initiatives between the people if you need to reorganize.
Oh my god.
So-
Like I said, I just opened this deck. There's a whole. This is the stack
Yeah.
for improvised weapons.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. It's so cool because they're different zones. So with that said, Maria and Burke, you are number 1 and 2.
Yeah, I'm going up with the moth lantern in one hand and my whip in the other.
Okay.
I can go 7 squares.
7 is here.
Yeah, so
And what is your movement, Burke?
Great question. My movement is 12, so I can go 6 square.
Okay. So
you're within
basically, like that one with the lantern, he's within 1. When you get to there, you see the first hand come out. It is delicate, robed in golds and reds. And you hear the cry of a young child, like a baby. Just a small little, like, crib cry. That was 1 and 2. 3 is the door. The door shakes a little bit after the noise and the hand hits. On 4, the second hand comes up, and you see it start pushing itself up, and you see the skull head adorned in different skulls around the chest and shoulders. It looks like the mother from the Darkest House.
So I have a question. So we can move and then act, right?
You can still act, yes.
Yeah, so...
Can't really shut the door from there unless you want to do
Okay, I
something fancy.
Yeah, I wasn't sure, like, where, like, is the door, like, here then?
The door is in the middle, right on the edge, just like you were walking between the threshold between here and the hole.
I mean, fuck it. Whip it, Kelly.
Yeah, that's what I was like.
Yeah. Indiana Jones, that shit.
I'm gonna try and whip it real good.
I'm gonna say that's a Bane.
Real good.
At least from what you're trying to do, because you're manipulating an object. I have a boon from your stratagem. And then we have a boon if we spend a card here. You have a boon when attempting your stratagem rolls. So that's 2 boons. And then you have 1 Bane from the ley line. So you're at 1 boon. I swear to God, if you shut this fucking door with a whip, I'm gonna be so pissed.
Kelly, fuck it up.
You know what? I don't want. No, we're ending here. We're gonna do this next week. Nah, no, don't tell anybody. No.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead serious. You whip the door and it hits the handle, and we are cutting it there because I want to go over to our lovely sisters. You better sit down, girl, because I'm gonna end with you because somebody is gone next week.
Okay, let's do this. You know what? Let's do this.
Are you sure? You seem really happy about this.
No, I'm not. Let's go.
You have the initiative written down, right?
I have it all written down here. You can put them away. Oh, we do it at the end of the round anyway. It doesn't matter. So we're at 5 right now. I just circled Claybell. So it's going to be her and I, and then we'll do new initiative the next week, so it won't matter. When you're standing here, I'm going to close this out, just so it's just the forested area. As you walk up to your sister, she has both her hands in, and she's pulling open the bark and tree. You can see the tree still there. It looks like it's a metaphysical of grabbing the spirits. You hear gunshots when you get close. And I mean a lot of them.
From the tree?
From the area around her.
Do I see anything in the woods?
No, there's really no woods. There's just those couple pocket trees in the back of the den. And when she pulls it open, you can see inside of it, there is a glowing amber and bluish spirit. It's visible. You've seen things like this before when you've wandered in forests. It is definitely the resemblance of a powerful forest spirit. That's what it looks the closest to you. Mm-hmm. And she looks like she's trying to force the spirit out of herself into it. And she's having a conflict with whatever's going on. The audience rolled well. I got my first fettering check with her. But I have to do 2 more to successfully refetter it to this thing. When you run up, what would you like to do? I'll give you a full turn of your initiative. What would you like to do?
I'm going to see that she is struggling, and I would like to put my hand on the small of her back.
Okay.
And I don't know if this is possible to roll animism. I would like to try to transfer willpower to her.
She is tapping willpower. I would say if you can make an animism roll, she is a sibling. I will give you a Bane because you've never done this before.
Okay. That is a 13 under 14 and a 5 under 14.
Excellent. I'm going to explain what happened. She is using our Tear in the Veil card that we have available.
Oh, okay.
And she is sending or trying to force the treant to go back to the outpost to help them.
Okay.
She made her first roll. You're assisting her with her second roll. I need the audience to give me 2d20 for my second roll. I will tell you that the tree has also made one of their rolls. We'll see if we can force this fettered spirit in. If we are successful, she's going to send this tree and the spirit, using the Tear in the Veil card, back to the outpost. 11 is good. I need a second one. I'll just take the first one out of that, which is a 12. That is successful. She gets her second roll. She looks back at you and she goes, "You need to leave I can't control the ley lines. And you see now that you're close, her feet are wrapped in like almost like a blackish red energy, and it's cutting through her boots. You've seen this energy before. It looks very similar to the Darkest House. You could feel hate in the area, and it's not coming from the spirit she is trying to fetter.
Is there anything I can try to do to free her from the ley lines, even if it means taking her place?
No, they're wrapped around her. You could try to fight the ley lines by using animism to like pull the ley lines from her, but it is a double bane.
Yeah.
No, this is animism.
No, for fettering. Animism, though.
This is
yeah,
double
I
bane.
will...
Okay, we got some cards.
I'm going... Mm-hmm.
Would you like a card? Would you like a... Let's see here. You have your spells. You have willpower. Do you need willpower back at all? Or are you still good? Because it does take willpower to tap ley lines. All right. It costs you 2 willpower to tap this. Roll it a double bane.
Yeah. Okay, cool. If I'm going to, I'll patch later if I need to. Okay.
We'll see.
I got 2 15s and a 3, so I will go ahead and
patch.
Yeah.
You patching, or are you going to do a condition?
I'm gonna patch.
Okay. I'll mark it.
Okay. So to patch, I do a full-on reroll.
Full reroll, the whole 9 yards.
I got a 10, a 9, and a 7 under 14.
So you made it with 2 banes?
I sure fucking did.
What does it look like as you pull these black and red tendrils that are wrapping around her and cutting into her boots? How the fuck are you doing this?
I think George is just gonna say, just out loud, like for the first time, I fucked you over once, I'm not gonna let it happen again. And she is going to slam her wrists down right outside the feet. And you see kind of the bone. I feel like the flesh is gonna slough away from her hands as she does this. As the ley lines tap into her hands instead of the feet.
Okay. As you're holding on to them, letting her focus again, the audience, I need 2d20s from you. Unfortunately for you, I need a will roll from you at 2 banes, but this technically is considered a monster from the Never Never. Would you like to use one of our Never Never cards to get a boon? It does move a clock.
Sure. Let's do it.
Okay. I'm moving the clock for the rift inside with Maria. We don't know what she rolled yet, so we'll see how this goes. I filled another pie.
Okay.
Give me a roll. It'd be at 1 bane instead of 2.
Yep, that's an 8 and an 11 under 18.
As you're fighting against this thing, you can feel it start to wrap around you and bite down. As it does bite down, it feels like it's going to pull you in half. With that said, we're going to end our show, and I need you to give me 3 rolls for Monday's show to see if your lovely little mushroom person gets brought back to life.
Wonderful, let's go.
I had to put the poll in half. It just seems right between your 2 characters.
Yeah, let's go.
So basically, I'm going to bring it back to the full crew here. We'll do our closing. What happened in Monday's show in Breachers, the lovely Slit Lid or Valraven decided to bury pieces of you throughout the wall, hoping you would regrow.
Oh my god, amazing.
I need 3d20 rolls from you. I have the DCs that are here. They are all wisdom to bring yourself back to life. Okay. So just give me 3d20 rolls. Let me know what you get. Let's see if there's more than one of you that is reborn.
All right. I do not have that character sheet.
I have it. Don't you worry.
You do? Perfect. Okay, thank you.
I am ready.
The first roll, 17.
Okay.
The second roll, a 3.
Okay.
And the third roll is an 11.
All right. I will tell you
that's not the most.
Two of them failed. 1 made it. Yeah. With that, everybody, that is the end of the show. Georgia will not be with us next week. She will be pulled back to the outpost with her sister, successfully fettering that spirit, and they're going to travel with the tree there, which is a great way to end it for someone who won't be here next week. We do have a possible guest next week. If so, I already know what I'm going to have them play, and it is currently with the party. For the rest of us, does anyone have any shows this week or anything fun going on as we close out our lovely show for the evening? I can't believe you guys survived this.
Eric, I actually have something very out of the norm for me. On Thursday, I'm going to be GMing a 10 Candles game for charity. Yes, and we are going with a Final Girl slasher motif. So everybody except one will be dying.
Can I just play the slasher?
So join us. Yeah.
I can't. I work.
Obviously. No, so that's going to be at 8 o'clock Eastern on Rediscovery RPG, kicking off their Crits for a Cause month of charity streams. And don't worry, we're going to be doing a sequel. We already have that on the back burner as well. So if you like 80 slashers and raising money for a good cause for the Palestine Children's Relief Fund, that's what we'll be doing. Should be fun.
Drew, I know you're building a sound booth. Are we seeing that this week?
I am going to be building this week. The build will be happening on YouTube. Thursday, I'm going to stream and do spooky games as per usual. Might be playing 7 days again, because that was fun.
I got some new spooky games for you. We'll talk about it after the show. Does anybody else, Kelly or Todd, have anything fun going on this week? Anything?
No, just
chilling like a villain, writing down your rolls for if you close the door successfully. I swear to God, if this is how this fight ends. But hey, don't worry, I still have another portal.
I know
It'll
you
be
do.
great. I have faith in what I'm doing. Audience, awesome job tonight. You didn't fail any of your rolls. I'm very disappointed. I thought for sure we get one. I could storm the house, but hey, there's always next week because your job is still going because they're not back yet. Thank you for showing me your Elgato camera, Drew. I don't know what the fuck you're doing.
It's a good look. The beard's really nice and tight.
Yeah, Drew. I don't know what you're doing, Drew. I will take you off camera. Wait, bye, everybody. I'm going to go to me. No secret tonight. We're going to do our XP separately because I need to go eat dinner afterwards. We ran long tonight because we started late. And I'm going to come to me, and we're going to talk a little fun stuff for the week. So for those who have been watching all the live shows we've been doing, there's a bunch of videos that are going to come out this week. From our live show on Saturday. It was a blast on Saturday. We did a bunch of our solo dark. Tomorrow, I'm editing a bunch of stuff. And I will be back on Friday afternoon when I get back from Aliens. Alien Romulus. We'll talk about the show. We're going to do a couple other things. And then maybe look into a new game I got. There is a new solo mech game that I'm interested in looking over. So we're going to check that out on Friday. But to everybody else, as always, thank you for all your support. And of course, here, things to click if you're watching this later. Down below, comment. Do you think that Maria closed the door? Do you really? Because I don't. I think the door is still open. I think she failed. I don't know the roles. I don't want to know them. Until next time, everybody, remember, the tides will find you. Good night, everyone.